Thank you. The mothership has landed. Doc Thompson. Brad Staggs. The mighty MoJo 50.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is?
Aha! Guess what day it is?
It's hump day.
This day is kicking my ass already.
Hey, by the way, Ron, the
Son of a
security
bitch.
certificate on the website is down. And,
I know it. The website's up. The website is up, except
Is
that
it?
yes, it is. As long as you're not using the S in the secure certificate, that's what we're waiting on. That's what we're waiting on. Here's the
So,
other problem.
Get your ass out of there.
I've got one show host who couldn't stream to the live stream this morning. I've got another one who left a video on all freaking night long connected.
Was it from Pornhub?
No,
Oh.
It's just we couldn't none of our other shows could connect to the video because it was being bogarted. Mother. And then the Spoonie server went down this morning. And then one of our other hosts couldn't get connected to the, oh my God.
So you're having a good day so far, huh?
Son of a bitch, I've done a whole day's worth of stuff in the last hour.
It's about time.
Jeez.
It's about, you know what? At least you're not Doris Day.
Well, there is that.
At least you're not Tim Conway.
Well, there is that.
Tim Conway
God,
died
I hated
yesterday.
to hear about that.
I know. And they always go in threes, and we'll talk about Tim in a second, but who's number 3? And I would propose that number 3 has already happened, and we just didn't think about it. Or at least I didn't. I actually didn't know about it until this morning, and you'd think I'd know because I know everything. But you know who died on May 12th?
No.
Peggy Lipton.
Oh, I did hear that.
You did hear it? Why didn't you tell me?
I forgot.
What, do you have
But I didn't know you
things
knew who Peggy Lipton was.
Are you kidding? She was on Mod Squad. She was on
I
Twin
remember,
Peaks.
yeah.
She's the mother of Rashida Jones from Community.
Look at that. She barely even
Parks and-
changed
Parks and
anything
Rec.
any since Mod Squad days.
Peggy Lipton was, I always thought she was beautiful. And she was, Peggy was 72. 72 years old.
72.
So, yeah, she died on the 12th, which was what, Monday? 14th? Yeah, Monday. And it was cancer that got her. I did not realize she was Rashida Jones' mother. She, Peggy Lipton at one time was married to Quincy Jones. But so I think that's number 3. I think we zipped right past number 3, and actually she was probably number 1. She was number 1, then Doris Day, and then Tim Conway. Now Tim Conway,
one of the best comedic actors of our time.
Absolutely.
And I remember one of my earliest memories is trying to go to sleep on Saturday nights with my dad and mom out in the living room laughing their asses off.
On the Carol Burnett show. Which,
yep, exactly.
Surprising where Beth works. She was saying something about Tim Conway. Of course, the Utes that work over there actually said, "Who's Tim Conway?"
Who's Tim Conway? My daughter messaged my wife this morning and said, "Hey, Barnacle Bill died. The voice of Barnacle Bill."
Did he really?
That's who Tim Conway was.
I didn't realize that.
I didn't either.
See,
my wife said, "Let me show you this generation gap."
He was no. I mean that shows you that it was a role that we didn't know he had, that the kids did. Now the same Utes over there at JDRF also said when the name Carol Burnett was mentioned, "Who's Carol Burnett?" Which of course, that's your generation gap right there. So I'm going to play this because I've talked about it before. The elephant story. Now, and it's 5 minutes long, but you know what? Tim Conway was here for 85 years. He did some good. We can spend 5 minents on his life.
Let's do it. I
Here's
love
the
this.
thing.
This is hilarious.
So here's how they would do the Carol Burnett show. I think I said this last week. They Friday nights they'd shoot it twice, and you couldn't afford to do the TV show this way anymore. But they would do the first production they would do to script, and then they would shoot it all again. But this time it was like a free for all. And that's when Tim Conway would just tell the director, "Good luck. Stay wide. Follow me." And so
I remember the "stay wide" comment. That's funny.
And I mean, pretty much just, stay wide because I don't know what I'm going to do either. And
Every other actor on that stage could not maintain their composure.
It was. This is comic and
Barnacle
comedy
Boy. Barnacle
genius.
Boy is what it was. Sorry.
This is amazing. Tim Conway, Carol Burnett, Vicki Lawrence, and
Dick Van Dyke in
yes,
this, right?
he's sitting on the end of the couch, at least for now.
This little dwarf trainer, and this used to put a little ballerina skirt on that elephant. I go around the circle and like that. I thought it was so laughable at the time. There's a rumor going around the circus that that dwarf and the elephant were lovers.
She's trying to maintain, but she just cannot. Live studio audience.
Yeah, and he just would go on and on and.
Elephant squash. Oh, they had to shoot the elephant. I don't know whether it's because of rumor or not, but they were buried together.
Look.
Big tombstone. Guess it's not elephants, huh?
No.
Just I was at this freak show one time, and I saw these Siamese elephants.
And I don't know if anybody had the next line, but he'd wait until they did, and then he'd dive in and slash them.
Sorry for the folks on radio. This is
I'm
purely
not.
visual.
No, it's not. This laughter is great.
They was joined at the end. They was joined at the end of their trunks like that. And this trainer would make them stand up on their back feet like that, and they had their trunks stretched like that. Then this little monkey would come out. Walk out there and dance a merengue. I kind of felt sorry for them. They couldn't go like the other elephants when they go. All they could do is just blow and go.
North.
One that sneezes, the other's eyes get real
Go on, Mama. Sure that little asshole's through.
And that's when they all fell off the couch.
That's the funniest part is when Vicki Lawrence just says, what is that little asshole through yet?
Yeah, are you sure that
Because
little asshole's
you
through?
You never heard them obviously cuss on Carol Burnett. You never heard him cuss on television. That was back in the 70s, which is kind of sad that now the things that we grew up with sound like they're from 1920.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Because of the hiss and the analog noise. But he was they just didn't know what he was going to do next. And that was the beauty of Tim Conway. He was an absolute master at improv.
Yep, that's right. And Roz says all that without sex and profanity.
Well,
Except
technically,
for
then technically,
but that probably didn't get aired anyways.
Well, you forgot the lover, the dwarf trainer, and the elephant were lovers.
Yeah. Oh,
but back then, it was just they were lovers.
God, that was so funny. And then his Mr. Tudball, you remember him?
Yeah.
Mrs. Wiggins.
The oldest man, in the world. So, Tim Conway, he was a
great entertainer. If you haven't had a chance to read his book, his biography,
are you giving away copies?
I'm not, but
No.
I listened to it because I listen to all my books primarily because I'm an audiobook guy. But Tim Conway narrates his own audiobook, and it is just fantastic.
His son Tim Conway Jr. is on KFI out in L.A., and he's got a good show. You ever have a chance to listen to that, do so. Tim Conway was 85, and he died of something called, it was something strange. No, it was a neurological disorder. It was not dementia.
I met him at the Palms. Disease. Shook his hand one time at the Palms in L.A. and he walked by. He was having dinner with the what was the lead singer from Limp Bizkit?
Oh yeah, him. I mean, her. It was
Bizkit.
Him, right? Yeah,
no, it was him. Yeah. I can't remember his name. Somebody will tell me in a minute. But it was a fantastic moment because like I said, I grew up listening to him. So. Yeah,
he was
great guy.
He was one of the good ones. We're getting to that age, Ron, where they're dropping like flies around us.
Yeah, and I'm not careful. I'm going to drop like a fly.
I tell you, I will say
this morning stressed me out.
Don't let it do that. Don't. As I've been telling Brandon, you got to don't let stuff stress you out as much because if nothing else,
Fred Durst. I told you somebody would let me know.
Oh, Fred, of course, Fred. I didn't realize you were talking about Fred. The lead singer of Limp Bizkit was Fred?
Fred Durst.
That's an odd name for the singer of a rock
That's why
group.
he's called Limp Bizkit.
Okay. If you say so.
What a name for a band.
The thing that the thing about Doc's Vacation, I think that really it made death real. Yeah, I've known there have been people around me, and it's happened in the past. Obviously, I've known people who have died. I've had a couple of close friends, but nothing quite put it in perspective like Doc's little vacation. It just seems like death is so much more right there, and
it does. Doc and I've had a few conversations since then.
You too, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
You want to hear what he says about you?
You let me know, okay?
It's I tell you one thing it taught me, and man, life is short. Life is short. It is A, too short to live it in a fuss, and B, way too short to not do the things you want to be doing.
Correct.
So if you're out there right now and you're not checking things off the bucket list, hashtag you're doing it wrong. Which, by the way, we have several suggestions already for Earworm Wednesday. Yeah, that one will stick right there in your head. It'll do it every time. So if you have a suggestion for Earworm Wednesday, just tweet it out.
That screen. I was about to put that up. Yep. Can't believe you stopped there, but okay.
Well, I told you, be careful.
Are you still trying to connect to our website? Is that what that error is? I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
The certificate's down. See, most people,
but Patriot Mobile site doesn't have an error.
See, the thing is, when most people type in a website address, they just, they type out, they just start typing out autofills. So when you say don't use the S,
yeah,
that's.
I called them last night. They said that should be up sometime today. I'm sorry, folks.
So just so you know, people, the
new website looks good though.
We're going to get it up later today. Again, that's another thing that comes with age. You just have to plan on it. That's the only difference. If you do stop by Patriot Mobile, you let your browser autofill because it still works. You go to patriotmobile.com /Mojo50, and you'll land right there on a page that has a special message just for you. Right there. I mean, it's personalized just for you. And if you read a little bit more about Patriot Mobile, if you haven't heard us talk about it, I don't know where you've been because we do it every day. It is the only conservative cell phone company out there, really. I mean, they started when Credo Mobile was kind of started to get things off on a left-leaning foot, and Maury and the gang decided, you know what, if there can be one of these progressive companies out there, there needs to be something to balance it over on the conservative libertarian side. That's what they did with Patriot Mobile. You can get a brand new phone, brand new service. You can get the Allegiance plan, the Constitution, the Liberty, the Independence plan, or the data-only plan, which, of course, was Thomas Jefferson's favorite, I believe. The right there below the freedom of speech plan. Just go to patriotmobile.com /Mojo50, shop the plans, find out what you can get, find out where they donate you a portion of your money, and find out how you can be part of the solution and not part of the problem. It's patriotmobile.com /Mojo50. B from the SAV, brand new key, Melanie Lollipop, the Cordettes. Okay, the thing about... I know which song you're talking about. I never knew, even when I was listening, even however, 20, 30 years ago, whatever it was, I didn't know what a skate key was. Did you?
A what?
A skate key for a roller skate.
Oh,
That's
no, I didn't know.
You got a brand new pair of roller skates. I got a brand new key.
I think I know what it is. Doesn't it pull the skates together in the middle?
Yes.
That was back when you had to put the skates over your shoes.
Okay. So I still didn't know I had roller skates.
I didn't know what it was either, but
I still don't know what it is. But it's a great earworm for Earworm Wednesday. Mojo Jedi, Ron. Oh, Ron, just give the website a little blue pill. Should be working in about 4 hours. That's all you got to do. Just open up the computer, pop a blue pill in there, and it'll be all okie dokie.
A blue pill for me and a blue pill for the website.
Mm-hmm, whatever it takes. And fully loaded high caliber kitty. Yes, Nork. Tim Conway was the best. I still have an old friend, Crystal is her name, and she's older than me, much older than me. That was our favorite. I mean, just the snork. All you got to do is, hey, Chris, Nork, and they know exactly what you're talking about.
If we had any young listeners, they're all gone now.
So what? I don't care. You know what? The people with taste and...
this was back in the good old days, folks. The good old days when life was much simpler.
We'll get back to the dick jokes. It'll take a while, but we'll get there. Pennsylvania has... they're planning the first Day of Kind Acts. It will be on May 23rd. That's 143 Day, named for Mr. Rogers' favorite number. That's how he... said I love you, 143. Each digit reflects the number of the letters in the word in the phrase. So May 23rd is the 143rd day of the year, and this will be a day when the Ute and others around Pennsylvania and Harrisburg will be encouraged to exhibit acts of kindness to honor Mr. Rogers. My question is, why can't that be every day? Why do we have to? Now we have to plan a special day just to be nice to each other. And besides, the guy who cuts me off on the damn freeway every morning, not going to be nice to him.
Not going to be nice.
Don't care what it is. Sorry, Fred. Some people don't deserve the act of kindness. In Alabama, the Senate down there passed that pretty much a full abortion ban with a few. I think there is an exception for when the health of the mother is concerned. I know Matt Locke will get into this more deeply, but that's what it's 8 or 10, maybe 12 states have now passed anti-abortion legislation. I tell you, New York, when they passed the
Alyssa Milano already gave up sex. What's she going to give up now?
You know what? Oh, by the way, Alyssa Milano stepped in it again with a whole sex ban.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. This is how the progressive agenda trips over itself at every step. A lot of people were pointing out, and I say a lot of people, those who are pretty progressive. They pointed out that a sex strike, assumes that all women are cisgender and have sex exclusively with men.
This is great.
Specifically men who are anti-abortion. Others argue that the premise of Milano's plan ignores that women enjoy sex too. Do they? Huh. I'd heard that rumor.
Evidently she doesn't, or she wouldn't give it up.
Right. Well, that's Joy Behar. And that the sex strike would only cause women to suffer alongside with the men that they are trying to punish. You know what a satisfied woman sounds like, Ron?
I do. Brad, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. We needed to wait till the Ute of America got in here. We'll get him
and
with
ask
it.
him.
Uh-huh. Well, we'll get him with it. That'll be simple. Some on the board, some were on board with Milano's proposal. Others took issue with it. And I think that's a perfect example. The cisgender thing. You're assuming that women are cisgender. It's going to be men that they're going to be cutting it off. Poor choice of words, but my favorite response to I'm cutting you off. And I always say, you can't cut me off. You don't know where I'm getting it. Hey-oh.
Oh, wow.
Got to try that one at home.
Yeah, she gave up sex and wants everybody else to give up sex. The next thing she's going to give up is breathing.
Uh-huh.
So if all the left just stops breathing for a while until the abortion stuff.
Mm-hmm. Victoria Brownworth on Twitter said white heterosexual women are promoting a hashtag sex strike to get equal rights and seem not to have even noticed that not all women are white nor have sex with men. That's some intersectional feminism right there. They are they're tripping over their own rules. See, that's what happens when you start making all these rules, laying them all out. They eventually become
come right back around and bite you in the ass.
They do, in other places too. We are spending a buttload of money on grilling out. How much? $1.47 billion. I closer to $1.5 billion on grills and barbecues. That's a lot of money. Which, by the way, reminds me, Ron, I think we need to open up a barbecue shop.
Really?
Well, we'd be able to sell barbecues, wouldn't we? I mean, people are buying, they're $1.5 billion people are spending on barbecues. How much are they spending on us right now? We give this stuff away free. See, we're hashtag doing it wrong. We need to start charging. MoJo 50 barbecue and grill shop. It'll be opened up later this week. If you are going to be barbecuing, grilling out this summer, you need the grilling sampler pack from MoJoWildRice.com. It is chock full of good stuff. There's no chalk, but you'll find salt-free garlic and herb seasoning. You'll find all the goodies. You'll find all the yummy stuff that you need at MoJoWildRice.com. I would take the screen down if I were you, Ron, but that's just me. You go there right now, and you'll find the salt-free garlic and herb seasoning for meats, veggies, potatoes. Can be used as a dry or an oil rub, depending upon what you're into there. The Northwoods jerk seasoning, awesome flavor on pork, salmon, chicken. Mm-hmm. The raspberry wine jelly, delicious base for marmalades, dipping sauces. You can brush it directly on your meat.
Nice.
It's all up to you. You just go to MoJoWildRice.com, and if you use the promo code GRILL10, you will save 10% at MoJoWildRice.com. All right, this came in as a suggestion. Was it Mojo Jedi that suggested this one? It is, by the way, Earworm Wednesday. Yeah. Do you remember who sang this? Don't look, don't look, don't look.
I do not. But the Jackson 5? I don't know.
It's Fred Warts. Remember the singer of Limp Bizkit?
Would have never guessed it.
Yeah, he was a singer of...
Fred Durst?
Yeah, him too. That was the Miracles. Yeah, so it's Earworm Wednesday. When you get something stuck in your ear, let us know what it is, and we'll make sure it's stuck in everybody else's ear as well. Your Daily Mojo continues in mere moments right here across the MoJo 50 radio network. That makes big, isn't it?
Happily promoting the 4 F's. Freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50.
I'm Mike Opelka from PureOpelka.com. Here's your 2-minute drill with a question. Is Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez crazy, or is she trolling us? I raised the question after watching the video she posted from her garden.
Oh my God, look at this.
Yes, we call those plants.
Look at the collard greens. They're huge. Look at the dahlias. Oh my God, I don't have to trim all of these back for smoothies.
We're happy you're leading a healthy lifestyle, but really, a 29-year-old should not be surprised that food grows out of the ground.
I am shook.
I don't think she's serious.
Look, honestly, gardening, food, that comes out of dirt. It's magic.
Magic? Exactly what did they teach you in the New York City public schools?
This is so exciting.
So vegetables growing out of the earth was exciting to AOC, but she was even more dazzled when she met a garbage disposal.
I am told this is a garbage disposal. I've never seen a garbage disposal. I never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what to use it for or what its purpose is. Food scraps? Is this environmentally sound? I don't know.
Not the dumbest person on the planet, just the dumbest one in Congress. Till next time. Testudo, my friends. Testudo.
Mike Opelka's 2-minute drill is powered by MoJoWildRice.com. Their wild rice is a superfood, gluten, sodium, fat, and cholesterol-free, yet high in fiber, protein, zinc, phosphorus, and trace minerals. But you're going to love it because it's delicious. MoJoWildRice.com. MoJoWildRice.com.
The Daily Mojo.
Madam Sue Jackhole says, AOC, OMG, come to me and I'll talk to you about fertilizer. Terrifying garbage disposal?
I think she's trolling us, Brad.
She might be. The thing is, I would think that if she was trolling, that she would have come out with some response to it by now. I mean, it's been out a week.
She knows that if she does that crap, that it changes it affects the news cycle for people covering her stupidity and off of something else.
That's true. And again, up in New York, apparently garbage disposals, especially in high rises, were not legal until, I guess, 20 years ago. So it's possible she never saw one. Unlikely, but possible, given the fact that she worked in a restaurant. By the way, thank you. I think it's a slightly venomous Jackhole Kirk who put the little the meme up in the MeWe chat room, and I stole it and tweeted it out. The hitchhiker standing there with his thumb out, and it says, "I just love it." Now that I love it when I pass people and they give my car likes, because you see he's passing the guy standing on the side of the street with his thumb out who's hitchhiking, and now that's a thumbs up sign. The Pickled Squirrel Copacabana, that's a good one for your Earworm Wednesday. Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. You haven't seen that or heard it?
No, but keep going.
It's a
keep
stupid
going.
video. That's all it does.
That's it?
Yep. Peanut butter jelly time.
Does that sound just like that?
Yep.
Well, that's an earworm right there. It's by the Buckwheat Boys, apparently. And I remember fish heads. Fish heads.
There's another one. What's it called? Daddy Shark. Da, 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 da. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope, but keep going, and I'm sure I'll guess it eventually.
Mommy Shark. Da, 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 da. Come on. You've not heard that?
No.
Look it up. I'm not
okay. Mommy Shark, Daddy what?
Daddy Shark. Baby Shark. Da, da. It's Baby Shark, I think, is the
it
song.
Sounds awful catchy. It really does.
It will piss you straight off. That's what it will do.
In Copenhagen, Denmark, which is how you say it properly, while most of the candidates there for Denmark's general election are placing their ads on websites and local retail and whatnot, Joachim Olsen, an Olympic shot put silver medalist who has been a member of the Folketing for the Center-Right Liberal Alliance since 2011, placed an ad bearing the party logo and encouraging people to vote for him on what I think this is a smart move. He placed the ad on Pornhub. That's where we are.
It's sure to be seen.
It is. I guarantee you, it's whether or not you agree with pornography, and I know that a lot of people have a problem with it, and Matt Locke doesn't. But if you put an ad on Pornhub, there are a lot of people who will see it. They'll never admit they saw it, but they will see it. It's it's kind of like going to. Ever been to? All right, it's just you and me, Ron. Ever been to an adult toy store?
Yes.
All right. What would you do if you ran into somebody you knew there? Think about that.
Honestly, I don't know. I'd probably just try to play it off and have a conversation, but
you would, hey, what are you doing? Now, it would also depend on what section of the store they were in when you
that
ran
is a
into
fact.
them.
Or what section of the store you were in.
That's true, too. I was just looking for one of these for a friend of mine. He, they, she, that, how are you doing? How are the kids? Actually, that happened
How's
once.
your mama? No, that's not a good question.
How's your mama and them? That's good. She's still fighting that whole toe fungus thing because I was actually in one over in Knoxville. This is way.
The only one I've ever been is called the Hustler Store.
Oh,
the one that's on Sunset Strip.
That has the best. Did it have the sign at the back of the store, which I still think is the best? It says, "Relax, it's just sex." Now, I
don't recall, but it literally was like people were in there like shopping at a grocery store.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody, again, it's decorum and modesty. I mean, they have their places in the world, but I guarantee you everybody, with a very, very few exceptions at one point or another, does it. Now, a lot of people don't want to wear it on their sleeve, and I understand that, and that's everybody's right, but it is funny that everybody does it. Nobody wants to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is this, let me get the story about being in Knoxville, running into somebody that I knew. I was with somebody that I know, and we ran into somebody. Actually, he was on the other side of the store. I was there purely for research, and I don't think he ever saw us. I don't think it really came up, but it was an interesting conundrum because you can't just run out because you don't know if they've seen you. So you have to just play it off and really kind of just grit your teeth. And it's and this is years and years ago. I have matured since then. And when I say matured, I mean I've regressed into probably the 5th grade. And so now I would probably yell from across the other side of the store, "Bob, did yours wear out?" I would get the larger size if I were you, because that's always funny in public. But this Danish official, he's putting his ad on Pornhub, and let's just keep an eye on that, because if he wins, you watch what happens. There is going to be a mass, what's the word I'm looking for? A migration to
mass migration to Pornhub,
yes, or other sites such as that. It's a different. The world has moved on. The world has, and I'm not saying it's changing for the better. I'm just saying it has changed. It is a different world out there. The way things are done, from the guy who came over and bought the piece of furniture from me. Hey, I could go get cash, or I could Venmo you, and I'm like, Venmo me right here in front of everybody. Sure, go for it.
Did I tell you when I installed that, I realized that it was a service of PayPal?
Which
does that surprise you?
No.
It surprises me, because why wouldn't you just use PayPal? What's the difference?
Again, it's the fees.
Because Venmo doesn't have any fees. Well, PayPal doesn't if you do friends and family.
Right, but who's going to do that? I think it defaults to paid.
You're right.
Yeah, so
for services, PayPal's probably more of a business type thing.
It is really tough to get older people to switch to new technology, especially when it comes to money and the internet, which, I mean, for good reason. There's a lot of scams out there. There's a lot of ways you can lose your money, but these new methods and apps for paying people and exchanging money, I'm all for it. If I can just wave my phone over, and I don't use Apple Pay, but if you can just go bloop,
yep,
Why the hell wouldn't you? I mean, it's gotten to the point now where using a debit card is a pain in the ass because you got to enter your PIN and answer 14 questions.
Yep.
So if you can just reach out, that's 40. Okay, bloop, and okay, bye.
I've used my phone. I've used my watch, my Apple Watch, because you can do the Apple Pay on that as well. Like I said, McDonald's and Walgreens, and there are other places now that have those NFC chips in their card readers, which is near field communication, and you just get it close to it, and it just goes doo-doo, and it's done. Literally, it's done.
What noise does it make again?
Doo-doo.
It's amazingly. I actually the machines that tell you when you take your you put your card in, like Home Depot, whatever, the little slide, and the God, that's annoying.
That's when it's to take your card out of the slot.
It's a wonder there aren't more shootings at a Home Depot.
Remove your card.
I prefer the ones that just go ping. That buzzing sound is just annoying as hell. In Lihu, Hawaii, a Kauai man there. I love the island of Kauai. I want to be there right now.
I've never been to Hawaii.
You don't know what you're missing. A Kauai man pleaded no contest after telling police he was under the influence of a hallucinogenic when he used a machete to wreak havoc on his former boss's home because of a dispute over fish.
Fish?
Yeah, I mean, it's good fish over there. Forrest Broyles, I kid you not, that is his name, pleaded no contest last week to burglary, criminal property damage, terroristic threatening. That's a new one. Sir, you've been charged with terroristic threatening. It's according to the Garden Island. When your newspaper is called the Garden Island, you're in paradise. The prosecutors agreed to drop an attempted murder charge. I don't know if that involved the fish or not. Broyles told police he was on ayahuasca. That is a hallucinogenic brew from the Amazon. Put that on our shopping list, Ron. I would like to try some.
Ayahuasca.
It's a hallucinogenic. He was on this when he broke into his former boss's home. This happened back in December to get his share of fish that they caught together, according to the detective's report. So apparently they were out fishing. They catch fish.
Oh,
right.
I see.
Never take another man's share of the
one
fish.
dude was bogarting another dude's fish.
You do not take your unfair share of the fish. That is an unwritten rule.
Especially if you've told your wife you've been fishing.
Exactly.
And that's not where you were.
Exactly. Dude, you almost got my ass kicked. I want my share of the fish. He told police he owes me choke ahi, which, by the way, the ahi bowls over there are amazing.
He owes me choke ahi.
Choke ahi.
Is that means he owes me lots of fish?
No, ahi is tuna.
Oh.
So I guess choke ahi. I don't know if choking the fish, apparently. I don't know. But the ahi bowls, that's the raw tuna bowl. Oh, man, those are good. I could eat those every day. His ex-boss, Broyles' ex-boss, told police he was home watching football when his wife, and he heard a horn honking and then a loud bang. He heard glass shattering from his front door and saw Broyles headed to the living room area carrying a machete. Broyles threatened his boss, yelling he owed him fish. He was going to kill him and chop him up. I would say you could blame that on a hallucinogen. He started hitting their television with his machete, broke out all the windows, the sliding door. He broke the living room stand, chairs, table, kitchen cabinet, stove, and microwave, canoe paddle. Why would he break a canoe paddle? Among other things, his defense attorney said Broyles accepted a plea deal because he wanted to take responsibility for what he did. Well, good for him. Good for him. He's expected to sentence him to 7 years in prison starting in August, where he will no doubt have his ahi choked on a regular basis. So it's a happy ending there for Mr. Broyles. So I was at the store yesterday, and I was buying food coloring. Ask me why.
Why?
I can't tell you.
Were you buying food
you
coloring?
You don't want to know. But the stain, it's very hard to get those stains out, by the way. There are news reports now that something called titanium dioxide, and they're nanoparticles. They make up a common additive. It's called E171. It's used as a coloring agent in many products. It's used to make things whiter, like gum and icing and stuff like that. And they say that it can actually kill off the good bacteria in your gut and leave you wide open to disease. So, and actually stuff that like food coloring, they've linked that to things like diabetes in the past, even autism. Of course, it's a debate when you get into that stuff. But the fact that, again, another news story on how stuff you didn't even know was affecting you is affecting your gut bacteria and could be causing you more problems than you know because we eat all this stuff that is not, I hate to sound like a greenie, but we eat all this stuff that's not, it's not just picked off the tree, washed, whatever, and cooked. It's chemicals and all that, which is, chemicals are great. They've made food last longer, et cetera, but they tend to have some adverse health effects on it. That's why you need to go to lovemytummy.com/mojo. Their site's up. That's where you'll find all. Wow. We should get Dr. Ken to run this place. That's where you'll find Atron Teal and a special offer just for you. You'll find Dr. Ken's sister standing there in apparent amazement, staring right back at you. And you'll find out how horse chestnut and peppermint leaf and quebracho extract, that's the flavonoid you'll find in there. But basically, what this does is help fight bloating, abdominal discomfort, body inflammation as well. lovemytummy.com/mojo to check out Atron Teal. See if it's going to be something that works for you. I'm telling you, it is. It's when you start fighting the inflammation in your body, when you start fighting, you start getting that down to a manageable level. Things start happening that pains go away. It's really amazing. Yes, sir.
I found it, brother.
You found?
Huh?
What'd you find?
Hang on. Let's see if I can get this here. See if I can make this work.
Okie dokie.
Oh, no. Sorry, we got this.
Uh-huh.
Pink Fong.
Pink Fong. That's who sings this. All these people with grandkids already recognize this. Sing along, Brad.
I've never heard this. Wow. Yeah, that will.
Oh, and it just goes on like that. Drones on forever, dude.
In 200 years, they are going to dig up our old records, and much like the 80s hairstyles that we look back and lament, they are saying, "What the hell were they listening to? What was wrong with these people?"
I just pissed off all of our listeners.
Pretty much. Well, there you go. It's Earworm Wednesday, and that's one for you right there. What's the name of it again?
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark.
All right, it's now time for our Odyssey One. Do you have any music over there for Odyssey? I don't have any good Odyssey One theme song yet. We still have.
I actually no, but I've got this.
That's
sorry.
Pretty good.
You got to unmute the damn thing.
You are now entering Odyssey Station. Please remain seated until docking is complete. Odyssey, dare to wonder.
I like that.
That's our intro.
I think that works just great. I think that's fine. So we'll just go with some of the standard old music here for the Odyssey.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
It's kind of generic, but it does work.
What's happening in the science fiction world?
So here's the thing about science fiction. This is happening right now. And I say this to point out the fact that we are actually living in much more technologically advanced times than we're even giving ourselves credit for. San Francisco is the first U.S. city to ban facial recognition.
Now, okay. So I have a question about this.
Yes.
If they're banning facial recognition, does that mean that it has been used already, or that people were planning to use it?
Well, I think it's been used.
I think it's been used.
There was
which is scary in and of itself. Now look, your phone uses facial recognition.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong.
Your phone is the one that you just look at it and
Correct.
It opens up. I mean, facial recognition is used all the time, and I think that, especially with cameras on the street, owned by the government, if they're looking for somebody, they can just check the security footage from the street cams. They can match you up there. But here's the problem with facial recognition. is that they are having a lot of false identifications, and a lot of it has to do with if you're a white guy, it has like a 99% success rate identifying you.
Right.
If you are a man of color, then pick your color, brown, black, yellow, red, or whatever it is, it has harder time. It's got a 12% failure rate and a 35% failure rate if you are a woman, a black woman especially.
Really?
Well, and if you think of it, it makes sense. I mean, cameras are based on the reflection of light. That's all it is. It's light hitting an object, bouncing back. The camera reads it. And so if you have darker skin, if you're a black woman and you have black hair, there's going to be the camera's going to have a difficult time telling the difference between where your face stops, your hair starts, your eyes stop. I mean, especially a black woman around their eyes, and black guys too.
So if they're using facial recognition for, let's say, criminal happenings, what have you, there's a very high chance that you would be falsely accused.
Exactly.
That sucks.
Yeah, and especially again if you're black, and it's not it is a racial thing, but it's just the camera. It is just physics,
right?
It's the reflection of light, and camera is not designed. Have you ever been on a set where you had a black guest and a white person? We've run into this before in a studio. Even if you have a person who's really white and a person who's really black, it is hard to light that scene.
That scene, yeah.
Because the darker the color, the more it just absorbs light, and the lighter obviously bounces it off. It is very difficult when you get those different colored skin tones, which is why these cameras are having the same problem. But
all right, I'm catching a lot of hell for playing Baby Shark. Just saying.
Good.
A lot of people hate me now.
No, they hated you
A lot of
before.
people's grandkids came running into the room.
Yeah. Time for a dick joke. The legislators in San Francisco voted to ban the use of facial recognition. It is first U.S. city to do so. It will not be allowed to be used.
First time I ever agreed with San Francisco on anything.
Right. It cannot be used by local agencies, the city's transport authority, or law enforcement. Additionally, this sounds like a future headline, but it's today. This is what we're living with today.
Yeah.
Opponents of the measure say it will put people's safety at risk and hinder efforts to fight crime. It sounds like a story that if you were watching like Blade Runner, you'd see on the TV in the background. In a scene.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what this is.
Does this affect the iPhones? I would think so.
I mean, you can still use your phone. If you want to have on your camera at home, you can still have facial recognition all day long. But this is the government and law enforcement. They cannot use this technology against you, is what they're saying. Which, with the failure rate, well, what this is going to do, at least in part, will further the advancement of technology in cameras especially. So you'll see them getting better. This is the kind of thing that actually makes things better, and we'll keep an eye on that. In the meantime, that is your Odyssey One update. And don't forget, it's odyssey1.com, ODYSY1.com.
We had a good conversation with Russ last night during our program directors meeting. He's got a lot of great ideas for Odyssey folks coming up. Odyssey1.com.
And Odyssey1.com is actually, that website is up too, right?
It is.
So all the other websites are up.
It took its little blue pill. It is up.
It is up. And I did not hook up yesterday with, not in that sense, with Ian Punnett. So he's a consultant over there on Odyssey One, huh?
That's what we're being told.
Well, ain't that something?
And who was it that passed away yesterday?
Oh, what's his name? You would ask me.
I'll tell you.
He was the first, I believe, civilian investigator at Roswell, New Mexico. Which that would be
Stanton Friedman.
There you go. The first civilian investigator out there, and if you've never looked into Roswell, it wasn't a weather balloon. It just wasn't.
Have you ever been to the UFO museum in Roswell?
Yes.
I finally got to go this last year when we took the motorcycle trip.
The one right there on Main Street?
Right on Main Street,
yeah. The little lot has a flying saucer in there and the aliens.
And the aliens, yeah.
And they turn their heads slowly.
Yes.
Did you see that?
I didn't, actually.
Oh, yeah. You got to watch them because they do it almost imperceptibly. And Yeah, it's a fascinating little museum. It's a very small. Roswell is a smaller town than you think. It's a wide spot in the road essentially down there, but that's also where the airplane graveyard is. They part like Hillary's big jet when after the campaign. I think it was still down there as of a year and a half or so ago. They park them right there because they don't rust. But her jet was sitting down there at Roswell.
Right.
It's a fascinating place to be. Roswell, New Mexico. The gun box. Speaking of technology, it's all around us. I mean, these are things we would never have thought of or would have imagined. Well, we could have imagined them 10, 15, 20 years ago, but they are reality today. The gun box has the app where, you get a gun box, you have it next to your bed, you've got your gun locked up in it, you leave the house for whatever reason. I don't know, somebody either gets in, you got kids, anybody touches your gun box, anybody moves it, and you can get an alert sent to your phone. And it will tell you that your gun box has been messed with, so you can take immediate action.
My wife got an Apple Watch for Mother's Day. I sent her a copy of the 2.0 gun box and said, add this to my list of wants.
I see the rumors. I've heard rumors that we're going to get one here.
We're supposed to have one.
I'm sorry, it's 2021. We'll get it. It'll eventually get here. We may not be here when it arrives, but it'll get here. So if you go to thegunbox.com, again, their site is up. If you go there, and just click on, you can either click on compare models to find out which different sizes of the gun box they have, the 2.0, the Echo, or the SK1, which is their tactical version, and the smartphone alerts, a service you can subscribe to. And like I said, when you get your gun box, and I keep getting notes from people who buy one, it's like, this is the best things ever. It is the best. It's the best looking.
I did find out, though, that the gun box actually was used as a prop in a TV show. I'm trying to Altered Carbon.
It was?
Yes.
As a what? As a gun safe?
Actually, no. It was used as a communications device. In Altered Carbon, they can change their consciousness into another sleeve or another body.
Right.
And it was a communications device. They popped it open. He uses his hand, pops it open, and there's this communication thing in there where he transfers his consciousness into another sleeve.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
but I can watch it.
It popped up on my Instagram feed up from the gun box, and they were all excited about it having been in the TV show. Yeah, it's great.
That is so cool. Go to thegunbox.com and /MoJo. Try that. If not, use promo code MoJo. Let me know which one works. Thegunbox.com. Yeah, technology is, and like with Altered Carbon, that is, we can talk about
That's
it.
That's a brilliant sci-fi series. I love that.
That was one of your suggestions. Wasn't it last week? Didn't you talk about that just last week?
No, I talked about it a month or so ago, but that's because that's when I watched it. But it's a really good. Yeah. Really good. If you're into sci-fi, Altered Carbon was good. The book was good, too.
And Joel Kinnaman is just dreamy.
Is that his name, the lead actor?
Yeah.
Joel Kinnaman. He was in House of Cards, too.
Yep, he was in House of Cards. He was also in The Killing.
The Killing, yep.
Great in The Killing. And MoJo Jedi, there you go. Thank you, MoJo Jedi. There is a picture of the aliens at the Roswell UFO Museum. It's and I don't know that all of them do it, but at least the guy in the front, he just very imperceptibly turns his head. It's like what's the character in Guardians of the Galaxy, the big blue guy? Dave Bautista plays him. His name is, anyway, he's standing there. He goes, I've learned to move so slowly that I'm invisible. You can't see me. I love that scene. That's the way that's the way the aliens are.
If you think it hard enough, it will happen.
You can't see me. You cannot see me. By the way, we have what? Today is Wednesday, 3.5 days essentially, and then it's all over.
It's all said and done.
I do not like series finales. It's like saying goodbye to Friends.
Yeah.
Not the show. But Friends, it's like saying goodbye. It's weird that
you've been watching this thing for 9.5 years now.
Yeah, and it's strange to think that they want. And again, 2.5 years ago, I wouldn't have given a crap. But this is one of the most compelling shows I've ever seen.
I found a Blu-ray disc set for $120
of Game of Thrones.
Seasons 1 through 7. And
bought
Misty's
it?
like, just wait. All of them will be on.
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
I'll just wait
until the next
box
one.
set.
It's the series finale is this Sunday, and I will bet you that thing will break some records. It'll break a lot of records, and that'll be it. But they're of course working on I think it's a sequel that they're working on for Game of Thrones. So it's technically it won't end, and you'll see the stars popping up on that as well. So, what a sad week overall, isn't it? Maybe Brandon can cheer us up. Yeah, I doubt that. The Daily Mojo.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Alabama taking center stage in the national abortion debate as Republican Governor Kay Ivey considers whether to sign a bill that would ban virtually all abortions in the state. The Human Life Protection Act received final legislative approval when the Alabama Senate passed it. Republican State Senator Clyde Chambliss says the measure is aimed at forcing the U.S. Supreme Court to reconsider Roe v. Wade.
That said, in 1973, that abortion is illegal on demand, essentially anytime, anywhere, for any reason.
The governor has not said whether she'll sign that measure in Alabama. America's baby bust is not over. The government reports the nation's birth rates last year hit record lows for women in their teens and 20s, resulting in the fewest babies born in 32 years. The newly released report is based on more than 99% of U.S. birth records. Growing tension between the U.S. and Iran is affecting American diplomatic operations in Iraq.
The U.S. State Department told staff affected in the embassy in Baghdad and the consulate in Erbil that they should leave Iraq by commercial transport as soon as possible. It's not clear how many employees this will apply to. An earlier statement told U.S. citizens not to travel to Iraq and for those already there to be vigilant, but did not order them to leave.
That's the BBC's Sebastian Usher. Germany's military says it has suspended training of Iraqi soldiers because of rising tensions in the region. The death toll stands at 6 in Monday's mid-air collision of two sightseeing planes over Alaska. The National Transportation Safety Board, which is investigating the accident, says the aircraft collided at roughly 3,300 feet. On Wall Street this morning, stock futures in the red. Right now, Dow futures down about 74 points. S&P futures off 8. NASDAQ futures down 18 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go and pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-452-1075. 800-452-1075. That's 800-452-1075.
If you're tired of being fat, that's the simplest way I can put it, try Riduzone. It's not magic, it's science. It's a simple way to help keep yourself from overeating. Go to Riduzone. That's Riduzone.com.
Going from A to B may involve X, Y, and Z. Off Track with Whiskey 6, Sundays from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern from MoJo 50.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now. and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-218-6473. 800-218-6473. 800-218-6473. That's 800-218-6473.
If we weren't so bad.
To puppy rape.
I like to cuss. Do I want to keep my penis?
Cat wants some black titties.
We wouldn't be so good. MoJo 50.
The mothership has landed.
All right, who is it we can thank for this one? Wow. Well, all righty, there's your muffin song.
Oh, it's muffin time. Please, nobody kill me. He said.
Steven Tyler's on the phone. Wow, that's who was that suggested that? Because that's a good one there. That's the muffin song. Oh, it's that's Beep Beep I'm a Sheep. Is that what the hell? Where did I find that one? Oh, is that Peachy?
That's funny.
That sounds like something Peachy would say.
No, it is. It was Backyard Cows. That was back. Thank you. I should have known. Backyard Cows suggested that one. I'm afraid to listen to Beep Beep I'm a Sheep. Honestly. And Techru, yes, we got him. Earworm Wednesday had largely been unsuccessful until today. He's just tweeted, "Damn you and that damn baby shark. Damn it." See? You just
baby shark. Oh my God!
That it might
people will this afternoon. Somebody will be driving home going, "Baby shark."
Or they'll be. It's muffin time. Wow, you know what they say right now. Somewhere in the world, it is muffin time.
It is muffin time.
Muffin time.
It is always muffin time.
So go down to the corner and
die,
and get a muffin.
Please, nobody kill me.
This is kind of a weird segue, but I'm going to try it. This is in Chile, not in Chile, the stuff you eat, but in Chile. Chile. The Amaranta School for Transgender Children, believed to be the first in the world predominantly for transgender kids and their siblings. It opened in Chile last year. It is named after the Mexican transgender politician Amaranta Gómez Regalado.
Gómez sounds like a real never mind.
It's probably Gomez. That was my
Gomez.
That was my Chilean accent getting in the way. It caters to children between the ages of 6 and 17. Many of the kids dropped out of their previous schools once they began to transition. They learn traditional subjects like, this is on the BBC's website, by the way, so they learn traditional subjects like maths, which I'm assuming is something like math. Or maybe there's probably I've learned this now. When you think a word sounds stupid, that means it's probably a new word and it's in the dictionary. So maths is probably like geometry and algebra and all that. Before I make a total fool of myself. Garbage disposal. I've never seen one of those. Science, history, English, and art. They take part in state exams as well.
I understood that reference.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, Ron thinks she might be actually trolling, but
she is trolling us.
You know what? I want to say that you're correct, that she is trolling us.
She's trolling us just to take our focus off of something else.
I don't think she's because that's a Trump tactic. I don't think she's that smart. I really don't. I don't think she has the capability of looking 3 steps ahead. So because it crossed my mind. I was like, yeah, I think maybe, this is even stupid for her.
Don't forget, though.
But then I remembered it's her.
She has people who look 3 steps ahead for her.
So apparently not. Where are they most of the time, then?
It's such an easy target, but the thing is, she's got money behind her, and there is somebody behind her pulling those strings. And watch it's the documentary, Burn Down This House. What's it called? Ron, you were the one that burned.
Knock Down the House.
Knock Down the House.
Oh, did you watch that?
Yes, it's have you seen it?
No.
It's fascinating.
Really?
It really is fascinating.
It's basically the story of how she got involved at all.
There ain't no damn way she did this on her own. There's money behind her.
She applied to a group, and they are the ones that pushed her through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I kind of figured she didn't get there on her
Tell
own.
him you're not a puppet, Brandon.
What?
Tell him you're not a puppet.
I'm not a puppet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
She, however, is a puppet. She is a puppet. She's somebody's puppet. When it comes right down to it, aren't we all somebody's puppet?
At the end of the day,
we're all somebody's puppet. But she, in particular, is somebody's puppet, and I just it's.
No, she is. It's actually her campaign manager who was originally her big donor. I think he's pretty much the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. But I mean, I think that maybe he might not even be as smart as we think he is. He did easily get caught doing campaign finance violations and stuff like that. So maybe he's not actually, maybe he's just a tad smarter than AOC.
Could be.
That's it. Oh,
Could be.
Hey, I've got something for Earworm Wednesday.
All right.
Nyan Cat. Oh yeah, classic.
What is it?
It's called Nyan Cat.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, Nyan cat. Yeah, it's a cat that's a Pop-Tart, and it's flying through space, leaving behind a rainbow. The internet.
A cat that is a cat. He is a Pop-Tart that is a cat, or is he a cat that's a Pop-Tart?
He is a Pop-Tart cat. He is evenly distributed between the two.
He looks tasty. That's I'd eat that.
You'd eat that? You'd eat a Pop-Tart cat?
I'd eat that Pop-Tart.
You eat a Nyan Cat?
Maybe. A North Carolina grandmother went to Disney World and was arrested. This is just really troubling. She was placed under arrest at the happiest place on earth by the Orange County Sheriff's Office there in Florida after they found CBD oil in her purse. They found... this woman is obviously a reprobate and needs to be behind bar, not just in jail, under the jail. Several feet. CBD product. I know, change the laws. CBD products are not legal in Florida. I don't care how good they make you feel. According to the incident report, deputies charged the 69-year-old Burkhalter, that's her name, with possession of hashish. It's CBD oil. And she does not look happy in her mugshot, let me tell you what. If there was ever a woman that was pissed off, it is, in fact, this woman.
Yeah, that looks like...
Hester Burkhalter.
Hester?
Yeah, with a name like Hester.
She looks like a Hester.
Yeah, with a name like Hester, you might want to smile every once in a while. But she is not happy. And
are you telling women to smile, Brad?
They look better when.
Are you telling a woman that she needs to smile more?
This one.
I'm gonna get out my Gillette razor.
If there was ever a definition of resting bitch face, this woman has it. And there's some women, that they could use just a little something to kind of spruce them up there around the face. But the fact of the matter is, the CBD oil thing.
Mm-hmm.
We really, and this is we're in a transition, not that kind of transition, but we're in a transition period in this country, which is, the things that we're getting to see in our lifetime, pretty amazing. I mean, we're going to probably see the legalization of pot across the country.
I hope we do.
Which
mainly because I've got a bunch of stocks in.
Exactly. CBD oil and hemp. I mean, they were lumped in. They're not psychoactive.
Yeah. Yeah.
It comes from the same plant.
Yeah.
And it's these crotchety old crusty politicians and really it's the dying off of a generation.
Well, I mean, the whole reason that we were against it in the first place was political and somebody trying to manipulate.
That's right. You know what? It's a gateway drug and it's from hell.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Its roots are in hell.
Yeah, exactly. It's the whole, what is it? Reefer madness nonsense.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah. And
propaganda.
But the problem with a lot of this is, especially like with drugs that you would think that we never should touch, like LSD. LSD has properties that could be amazingly beneficial, especially for people who suffer from horrible migraines.
Yeah.
Like a basilar migraine is something that I suffer from very occasionally. I used to suffer from it all the time when I was a teenager. But it's the kind where you go blind at first. Like you go partially blind.
That's from something else that you're doing.
And yeah, then your palms get really hairy. I know, it's crazy. Yeah. No, but you go partially blind and then you get this horrible headache and then, you get nauseous, you throw up everywhere. It's a really horrible experience, but LSD wipes it right out.
LSD, do some research on your own. You'll find that the reason that it was outlawed was very political, and the fact that it is, from what I've read, they've found no negative effects on the human body.
Right.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
So if you're on LSD and you're in Yellowstone Park, would that be a trip or what? Because you'd be like, whoa, watching the mountains move.
Brad's thinking about the good old days.
Oh, man. Best national parks for camping: Yellowstone, Biscayne National Park in Florida.
Biscayne.
Acadia National Park in Maine. Hot Springs National Park.
Hot Springs.
You know why they call it Hot Springs National Park?
Because your mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Her name was Hot Spring. My mom was a stripper.
Oh, that's awesome.
You like that?
That's actually a really good stripper name.
Of course it is. So my mom was not dumb. If you go to any of those parks, you should drag along your cat cooler. By drag along, I mean take along. You can drag it if you want to because it's so tough, it doesn't care.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, drag me. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It is a tough MFer. Is that okay to call them a tough MFer?
I think it's actually
microfiber.
Like very, yeah.
That's what MFer stands for, microfiber. So it's really is no microfiber.
I'm pretty positive you could get on a cat cooler and have it drug behind something.
Yes.
And by the time you got to your destination, it would still be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
You might be more messed up from all the bugs and the wind chill and stuff like
Hard
that.
to get those bugs out of your teeth.
Oh yeah.
But your cat cooler is going to be amazingly fine, and you can get all the way up to 88 quarts.
88 quarts.
88 quarts. And how many times have you gotten to a place and thought, man, if I only have
85.
Right, I need 88.
I only have 85. I need 88 quarts?
88.
Yeah.
And 88 is great, of course, because it's one more than 87.
And if you turn 88 on its side, it's two infinities.
Yes, it is, and beyond.
Yeah.
Go catcoolers.com, use promo code Brandon, get yourself a cat cooler today, and drag it anywhere you want to any of the national parks. That's catcoolers.com.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
Mike. What day is it, Mike?
It is not Brad Staggs. It is
It's hump day.
It is hump day.
Just saying.
Oh, I think I'm running out of little things here, guys. What we got here? This is my last one.
Wow. So you need to find somebody else to do your work for you.
Yeah. 5 headlines, 1 spurious. Listen carefully if you are curious. Wow.
That was kind of a reach even for the Jackal. Spurious and curious don't really rhyme.
Yeah, they do.
Spurious and curious?
Hey, yeah, they do. Spurious, curious. That is a rhyme, sir.
Right.
Which is fake. Take a guess or two. But I'll be angry
if you eat cake.
If I sense your Google foo. That's the best one.
Google foo.
That's the best one that is on this list right here. Well done. Well done. I don't think I have to. I'm just going to launch right into it, especially because we only have 2 minutes left. Africans accuse black Americans of cultural appropriation.
Well, yeah.
A group of Kenyan men have told black Americans to stop appropriating African culture after a series of high-profile black film and video being released by the movies and music industries. The criticism is believed to be a response to songs like This Is America by Childish Gambino and the movie Black Panther, both having strong African influences. Wilson Kusin,
right,
who lives in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, said he was tired of black Americans appropriating his culture and acting like they know what it means to be African.
Yep.
Fun fact, the only African person I ever met was white.
Were they from Africa or South Africa?
I shouldn't say met. I've met plenty of black people from Africa. The only like friend I've ever had that was really from Africa was white.
That's the fake story right there, because you don't have any friends.
I thought we were friends, Brad.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Hold on a second.
That's what you tell me every day. As I'm walking away from you, you're like, no, come back. You're my only friend.
Yeah.
China. Drunk man vomits so hard he throws up an undiagnosed tumor, then swallows it back.
Ow! Ow!
And then he swallows it back!
It's not a tumor.
In a bizarre incident, a Chinese man who was drunk vomited a meatball-like mass and swallowed it back, thinking it was
not a tumor.
Thinking it was his body part. After the medical test, it was confirmed that the mass that he vomited and swallowed was an undiagnosed tumor.
That would be your first instinct. Oh my gosh, I've thrown up my lower intestine.
My pieces.
I'm just yes.
My pieces.
Shove it back down in there and let's just and then hope it reattaches.
The 63-year-old man from Hubei, China, was feeling discomfort in his throat for some time, especially while swallowing the food. But he chose to ignore the problem. Recently, after a drinking session, the man alcohol cures everything. The man vomited the meatball, and quickly swallowed it back with a glass of water, as he thought he had mistakenly puked a part of his body out. Oh, it's amazing. Man dupes travel portals, books 1,500 air tickets without paying a penny.
I like that. I hope that he's selling the booklet. I'll buy it.
After discovering an alleged loophole in the payment gateway system of the portals, Parmar, a Class 11 passout, approached several travel agencies across the country and provided them air tickets at 80% of the rates available in the market.
That is a great sale right there.
Yeah, man. 27-year-old man from Madhya Pradesh, this is India, obviously, allegedly took at least 4 travel portals for a ride by booking over 1,400 air tickets without paying a single penny in the last 2 years. Raj Pratap Parmar.
Why can't Indians 7-Eleven?
Why can't these Indians make their language more American? Like speak American.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Yeah. Who was arrested on Tuesday along with... Why was he arrested? That's ridiculous. He needs to be given an award.
Right.
After discovering an alleged loophole in the payment gateway system of the portals, he grabbed these tickets and then turned around and sold them for 80% of the rates available at the market.
That's called capitalism in the rest of the world.
Yeah. So that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
this man deserves an award, no.
And a couple of vowels for his name.
That's right. We're gonna call him Charles from here.
Or Chucky for short.
Yeah, Chucky. I like that. Chucky. Danish politician. Yes, it's me on Pornhub.
Ron, you think this one's real? It sounds weird. I mean, go ahead. Keep saying
it. Does sound weird.
It does sound weird. I just I heard porn and I thought of
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. A Danish politician has found a unique way to find voters by taking out an advertisement on Pornhub.
No way.
In an off-color ad seen on the porn streaming site, Joachim B. Olsen, a center-right Liberal Alliance Party MP, told users to go, quote, vote for Joke once they were done with the site's services.
See?
Joke is a nickname for Joachim. In a Facebook post, Olsen confirmed that the unconventional campaign was indeed his. Yes, it's me on Pornhub, he said, adding that the message was a playful one, which he hoped would get people to laugh.
And it's smart.
Yeah, it is smart. I gotta tell you, Pornhub Pornhub is one of the most trafficked sites in the world, so
yes, and
maybe his
Pornhub,
idea isn't that bad.
Pornhub is a site that has
pornography.
Okay,
yeah,
just
it's naked men and women interacting with one another.
No way.
In sexual ways.
That is disturbing. I don't think anyone should ever do that. Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
It is not. It is not proper. It is not
Don't
right.
ever. Sex bad. People should be outlawed. Should be.
New poll finds millennials far more likely to politically identify as feudalists.
As in, it's futile?
It's futile.
It's resistance is futile.
Resistance is futile. Revealing a profound transformation of American socioeconomic attitudes, a new Gallup poll published on Tuesday found that millennials were far more likely to politically identify as feudalists than previous generations.
That would be the FEUD.
Yeah.
The feudalist.
Our survey showed that Americans born between 1981 and 1996, more so than any age or demographic, strongly support the holding the land, Lord's land, for exchange for military service and labor. Believe it or not, they were more approving of a royalty and a queen. They actually had a very similar poll that was conducted around the time of the royal wedding between Prince William and his bride.
Who's he married to?
Princess what's-her-face.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I don't ever get... Do you find that?
Of course. I go home every day and journal about them.
He's got the collage on the wall.
Doesn't everyone? I think we're required to do that.
Yeah, that's true. And
I go home.
As dictated by Her Majesty the Queen.
I look at little pictures of little baby Archie and his little feet. Look at those little feet. Who's got the little feet? You got the little feet.
Oh, that's the royal baby. I'm talking about. I don't care about babies. I'm talking royal weddings.
Well, what do you can't have a royal baby until you have a royal wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I got that right? It's wedding comes before the baby, or is that after the baby?
It's nowadays you never know.
Okay, I just you don't even know what gift to bring.
It's Kate Middleton, by the way. Yeah, he's married to Kate Middleton.
You looked that up. You cheated.
No, I read
cheated.
further.
You cheated. You cheated.
I just read further. But those are your 5 headlines.
All right.
Which one is real? Africans accuse Black Americans of cultural appropriation. I love that. Chinese man vomits up a tumor and
it's not a tumor.
Puts it back. Indian man duped travel agencies or travel portals and sold 1,500 tickets back at 80% of the cost. Danish politician uses Pornhub. Yeah. And millennials, they kind of want to live with royalty right now.
Well, who
That's what's
wouldn't?
up. So, those are your 5 headlines. Which one is fake? That's up to you. But first, Brad Staggs.
I feel caffeine, first of all, well known for its health benefits. How much coffee should you drink to see your life expectancy increase? Did you know there's actually an amount you should drink?
Is it none?
No.
Oh,
no.
what?
2 to 4 cups every day.
Really?
That could improve your life expectancy, but no more than 5 cups. That avoids the adverse effects. So there you go. There's your happy middle.
2 to 4.
Yep, 2 to 4 cups a day, which, by the way, this morning in the coffee maker out there is the MoJo 50 blend. Its certificate is expired, but it still tastes good. Ow! Thank you. It's from American Pride Roasters Coffee, the best coffee in this universe and any known universes in the future. Go and find your favorite flavor. It could be the Brandon Morse Code Monkey Bread Blend. Tried to trip me up with that. It could be the Ron Sexual Chocolate, which is, I think, my personal favorite, or the MoJo 50. It's all at AmericanPrideRoasters.com. All right, so...
Yep, I got an idea of it, Brad.
What's your...
So I was going to go, initially, I was going to go with the Pornhub advertisement.
See, that's where I want to go, too, because I can't... No one would do that.
Nobody would do that, because that would freak people the hell out,
yes,
frankly.
It would.
But I'm going
nuts.
with puking the meatball and swallowing it.
Okay.
It's not a tumor.
I'm going with the puke in the meatball, too.
All right. You're not the only ones who are doing that. Let's see. I'm getting some for that.
Which, by the way, that was my name of my college band.
Crusader Vol said the... and Weapons Grey Jack Hole say that the millennial story is fake. And everyone else is bitching about the fact that apparently I didn't listen to the first hour of the show.
What?
I don't know.
What? Who?
They're just
Who's bitching?
left and right.
Who's bitching?
Everybody
You
bitches at
show me. I'll take them on. I'll take them on.
The millennial story is fake.
What? The guy actually swallowed the damn tumor again?
He's puked up a tumor and he swallowed it back.
Because he was afraid it was a body part.
It's
That's
absolutely.
fantastic.
He's like, I'm gonna reattach it to himself.
It's not a tumor.
Wow, that is nasty. That is just nasty. Ron, where's your music?
What music?
It's the bottom of the hour there.
There it
It's
is.
more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
The U.S. is on the edge, and we're here to set it right. Join me, Stephen Airy, with Defenders Live on MoJo 50 Radio. You can find us Monday through Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. MoJo 50. Live free.
The Daily Mojo.
The jackal. You have to have a thick skin in this universe if you're going to deal with the jackholes. Brad Staggs, fellow jacket. If the Brandon Morse listened to the first hour, know many more things.
I'm not going to listen to the first hour on my truck ride down here. I don't have the capability to.
Besides,
so how about you people complaining constantly? Just suck it. Just suck it.
The website was down anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cincy brown coat living in, I think it's Cleveland. What I learned, hashtag what I learned today. These are those things that cause me to miss Doc Thompson show the most. It is
what is this?
It is. Oh, it's the big snake with the kid.
Wow.
The snake with the kid on the couch, and this is like a 12-foot python with a little girl on the couch, and she's like doing her homework or something, and this snake is...
It's cuddling with her.
It is, no, I think that's what they call attempting to strangle her.
No, look at it. He is actually cuddling with...
That is a huge... Oh, oof. I don't mind snakes, but...
I don't either. I'm not afraid.
Spiders, snakes, no. They don't bother me, but the thing is, you cannot, when a snake decides, I'm going to be a snake. I'm going to be a snake now, and coils around you and decides to eat you.
Yeah.
You can't get pissed off because it's a snake, and that's what snakes do.
That's actually kind of cute. Look at this.
It is a cute.
It is kind of cute.
It is a cute snake. By the way, here's your taste.
Stop me now. Don't stop me. 'Cause I'm having a good time. Having a good time.
All right, that's Queen. Don't stop me now. There's your. There's one of your earworms for Earworm Wednesday, and that will at some point this afternoon come back and bite you right there in the face, and you'll be swearing at people. Did you see the the latest goings on. We haven't checked in with our resident hero, Jussie Smollett, in a while.
Oh, I miss him so much.
I do too. The Cook County judge set to decide whether a special prosecutor should be appointed to investigate why charges were dropped against Empire actor Jussie Smollett stepped aside on Friday, saying he would allow another judge to rule on the controversial case. Judge Leroy Martin Jr. said he wasn't recusing himself. Now, see, here's the thing. We're going to have to get a ruling on if it was, is he talking about recusing like in the definition of recusing, or is it the recusing in the sense of the Kim Fox?
I don't think there's the ability to recuse him if he committed a federal crime.
Well, no. The judge is recusing himself, but remember when Kim Fox said,
okay.
When Kim Fox recused herself from the situation, but then later said, well, I didn't really recuse myself. I just said,
I just recused myself in jest.
Yes,
I was JK.
Oh, you thought I meant recuse? No, I meant recuse.
Yeah.
So in Chicago, recuse has a different definition altogether.
Yeah.
And we have to, I think, get a clarification on which definition of recusal Judge Leroy Martin Jr. was referring to when he said, I'm not recusing myself. Because, see, this could be like a double cross, double cross, where he's like recusing himself, but he's not recusing himself so that he recuses himself.
Wow. Wow.
That's the way
that is some like
damn
Shyamalan twisting right there, buddy.
That is that you wait till Kurt Russell dies in the end.
I know he's a planet.
But instead, he's going to transfer that matter to Judge Michael Tooman. He is a jurist.
It's not a Tooman.
It's
not a tumor.
He's a jurist with decades of experience. Why don't they just call him a judge? I am not unmindful that the appearance of justice is important, the first judge said. Let me say that one more time. I am not unmindful that the appearance of justice is important. Well, thank you for that little nugget.
Wait, repeat that? Did I hear that right?
I am not, there's so many words. I am not unmindful that the appearance of justice is important.
The appearance of justice.
Yes.
Appearance.
Yes. I mean, does it look like it's just? Well, I start now.
That defines a lot of what I see nowadays. The appearance of justice is what's important here.
Why start now?
The appearance.
I think it is prudent and wise that I transfer the matter. He should have said it in an English accent. It would have carried so much more weight. I am not unmindful that the appearance of justice is important. I think it is prudent and wise that I transfer the matter. And then no one would argue with him because it's, after all, an English accent. Last week, Sheila O'Brien, a former state appellate judge who is pushing for the special prosecutor, filed a petition demanding Martin recuse himself again and assign the case to a judge outside of Cook County. Martin's son, Leroy Martin III, is hey, I know what you're thinking. That it's a little incestuous up there coming, they're hiring from within and they're hiring. This is Chicago. This is not some third world dump hole. This is Chicago. They are not engaging in that sort of chicanery.
Well done, Brad.
Thank you.
I like that.
I looked that one up earlier this morning.
Chicanery.
Leroy Martin III is an assistant state's attorney who has worked under Fox. Well, that's a tough one to do, though. She's a lot of woman right there. For more than a year, he was hired. He was hired back in April. You're going to be deciding whether Fox, your son's boss, is telling the truth. You see, what do they call it? Who I think it's Adam Rich's favorite saying. Nepotism isn't a problem until it's a problem.
Yeah. It's a good saying.
So
it's a good saying.
Yeah. State's Attorney Kim Fox's office has come under fire for its handling of the Smollett case. You think? She says publicly she would welcome an independent probe. into her office's decision to dismiss a 16-count indictment against Smollett, who was accused of staging the hate crime on himself. See, there they go, assuming he staged it. He has not yet been tried in a court of law. We don't know that he staged it. He could have been attacked by those two men. He could have been
hired. From Nigeria.
He could have still been attacked by them.
That he was seen in a car with, driving to the location where he would be attacked.
He could have still. They could have. What if they're schizophrenic and they turned on him? What if there's just one day they went, you know what? I don't like that guy. I don't care how much money he's paying.
Yeah, he's paying us money. You know what? I don't like his attitude.
Get some bleach and a rope.
I don't like the cut of his jib. Therefore.
Wow, you'd have to get personal.
Well, I'm just saying that, you got to have some pretty hardcore hate there.
Grab some rope, I'll get the bleach. We'll pour bleach on him.
Yeah.
And
that'll show him.
Put a noose around his neck. That'll really, and then, boy, you just don't know. These brothers may have just absolutely gone bonkers crazy.
I don't know. How much would you be paid to attack somebody? Like if they said, I need you to attack me in the middle of the night. Would you do it?
Oh, I'd do it free.
Oh, you would? For free?
Yeah, I'd just jump right on top. Hey!
You jump right on top there? Hey!
You would have a heart attack.
No, somebody at 2 a.m. said that from like a dark alley. Hey! I'm here! Yeah, I'd be.
Here's the weird thing. Would you rather wake up at 2 a.m. and see somebody standing in the room or standing just outside your window looking in? Which would freak you out more? Inside or just outside the window?
That's a good question.
I know. And a friend of mine posed that to me decades ago, and that thing is rattled around in my head forever because when you think it's freaky if somebody's standing just outside your, because you can't, on one hand, you can't swing at them because they're outside your window, but on the other hand, if they're inside, they're inside. So,
but I guess if they're inside, you can shoot them. Because technically, at this point in time, they're...
Yes, yeah. If you got the gun box right there. But
if you have the gun box, yeah.
But it's just freaky. You wake up at 2 a.m. and...
of course, who wouldn't run the moment they hear, I'm sexy and I'm right. Like, they know they're in trouble. People know they're in trouble when that song starts playing.
I know.
The
other one, by the way, Kim Fox's office filed a motion opposing the call for a special prosecutor made by O'Brien. Her office filed two other motions. One seeks to quash subpoenas for Fox and her top assistant. The truth shall set you free.
Yep.
What are you worried about? What are you worried about having to get out there in the public, huh? The others seek the court's permission to allow Fox's office and the county inspector general access to records that were sealed at the same hearing where prosecutors dropped all charges. So you see, it's the phone records. The phone record there, that's the key to all of this. It's
the phone records.
It's somebody that he called. Because why would he care if you, okay, here's the list of numbers. Here you go. I mean, you can see my manager's name right there. That's who I said I called. And even if he didn't call the manager, I mean, who, then if that's the case, okay, so I didn't call him.
Yeah.
Okay. Whose number is on those records they do not want seen?
That's a good question.
Remember
and that's I'm sure the question that investigators are asking too.
The Cory Booker Kamala Harris connection?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
the Hillary Clinton Barack Obama connection during the 2016 elections.
Who
communications, man.
What if there's a phone call? What if he is actually made a phone call or was called by Kim Fox?
Oh yeah. Somebody said that there was a link between him and Kim Fox.
There could be.
I mean like a relation, like a no. I'm sorry, not Kim Fox.
He's gay, by the way. So
it was a oh gosh. Oh, I think it was Kamala Harris.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The Kamala Harris connection.
Yeah.
With the whole the racial tension thing, basically.
Yeah.
White man holding them down.
Oh,
so that's what I'm saying. So there's something in those phone records.
Yeah, there's something going on.
That's why they won't release them, because otherwise, if I'm as opposed as I am to governments being able to access your phone records, but in this case, I'd say, okay, look, y'all, here you go. Here's the phone record. Okay, I wasn't talking to my manager. I was talking to Bob. Whatever.
Yeah.
But there's somebody on that list that he didn't want seen. He does not want people to know, and neither does his attorney, does not want people to know who he talked to that night, because I think it would not be good for them other people.
MoJo Jedi said outside the window is my biggest fear.
It's a psychological thing.
I think so too. I think that when you really break it down, it comes down to the threat is almost always more scary than the threat, or like than the actual danger itself.
Right.
You know, like you were afraid of getting a spanking when you were a kid, but getting the spanking wasn't necessarily like the worst part about it.
Right.
It's the wait till your father gets home.
Yes.
That sucked.
Yeah. Now it's called child abuse, and you can't do it anymore. But you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's because things in your brain, you make them bigger than they are.
Right.
It's the anticipation, it's the worry, it's the scare factor. And so if something is outside your window, you can't get at it. So it's going to be a little freakier. And thank you, Brad Staggs Flannel Jacket, for tweeting out that nasty. That's a wolf spider.
Oh, dude, wolf spiders are fun.
Oh, they are.
They're scary looking.
Yeah,
but then like they carry their babies on their back too. And then if you squish them, their babies just scatter everywhere. It's crazy, man.
That is just nasty. Snakes? I could lay down in a pit of snakes. Hell, I come to work in a pit of snakes every day. You see what I did right there. Techru tweeted Chicago definitely recuse. To cues again. Cues. Plural of cue. Cue. Anything said or done on or off stage, it is followed by a specific line or action. Thank you.
I've been recused.
Exactly. Or recused.
Well done,
Hey-oh, exit stage left.
DeGarabear said, come on, real Brad Staggs is afraid of... Oh, Ron, it's to us. Come on, real Brad Staggs is afraid of a stranger at his window. At his age, he'll take what he can get.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I didn't say
where he can get it.
Right?
That is true. I've done everything in my power to scare him, and it always just ends up being...
What you forget, I've been married twice.
It always just being him being like, so do you want to like cuddle or what, man?
Nothing terrifies me.
Netflix and chill?
I have been married, and it doesn't bother me at all. Nothing frightens me from this point on. All right, so this is someone tweeted this out earlier, and it is a video on Twitter. It was posted by Joe Phillips, and it says it's a little kid at karate, and he's trying to put his heel through the board, do the little karate kick, and poof, snap the board in half. Mm-hmm. And Joe Phillips tweeted this, and they said,
"Oh yeah, you know what? I saw this yesterday.
Yeah, life lessons for us here. No matter what, never give in.
Mm-hmm.
Be this little boy who refused to give up. Be his friends who encouraged him to keep going. Persevere with your challenges. You can do this." Mm-hmm. So I'm going to play this video. Hey, Ron, guy behind the glass.
Behind the glass.
Take this bad boy up there full, and let's
fast. Run fast. Let's go, boy.
And he kicks it. He falls down. He's about ready to kick it again. Hit it. There. Boom. Yeah, that still didn't break. All right, here we go. Come on. Kick it. Kick the board. There's no crying in karate. There's no crying in karate. All right. Before we get there, what are they chanting?
Steven.
Oh, because it doesn't sound like Steven.
Oh, it doesn't? What do you think is that? A beat it? Just beat it.
You hear what I'm hearing, Ron? Yeah. I want to see him break this board for. Oh, we buffered, Ron.
And
hey,
we lost.
Oh, here we go. He kicks it in half. Good for him. Good for him. He finally kicks that board in half, which is a good thing. That when you started hearing what I heard them chanting, did you hear? Because you heard what I heard, didn't you, Ron?
I was hearing "Beat It."
Oh, you were hearing "Beat It"? I was hearing something a little different.
Yes, you can do it. You got to do it. Look at me. You have to hit it hard, though. You cannot hit it light. You have to hit it hard. Go.
Come on, kick it.
That's not hard. You touch it.
All right, maybe it is "Beat It." All right. See, once you hear, and it probably is Steven, but once you hear something else in there, you can't unhear it.
Yeah. I really love this scene. They're not.
He doesn't give up.
Yeah, not only does he not give up, I mean, like, did you see the support of the people around him?
Oh, they were all over him.
That's the part that broke my heart because he could tell he was embarrassed. He felt like a failure.
Break your heart. That should make you feel good.
No, it breaks my heart in a good way. I'm saying it's one of those touching moments where you're just like, this guy had the support of everyone around him, and it really carried him through. And I'm really like that kind of thing. I feel like especially around younger ages is almost no one was laughing at him. They weren't making fun of him.
Right.
They all rallied around him. And I was like, damn,
that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
That's what they should be doing. And you're right. So often that does not happen.
Yeah, especially around younger ages. Like at that age, that's the super embarrassing moment. And children can be cruel, man.
Whoa, wait just a minute. What did you say? Children can be cruel?
True story. True story.
I'm so disappointed. Children cruel.
But I mean, it's a really touching moment. He got through it with the help of his friends and support, and
you're right.
That was awesome.
He absolutely did. Chanting "Beat It."
Just beat it.
Beat it. Woo! Beat it. Get yourself an egg and beat. TRAguns.com is where you'll find guns. That's in their name. So it makes sense, really. Tar River Arms is the name of the business, and they are about to open in July their brick and mortar store. In the meantime, you will find their online presence to be the most convenient gun store on the planet in the known galaxy. It's the best, this and other planets as well, the most convenient store. I clicked on what they have added new. They have one of these in stock, and it is a Slick. It's a SIG, not a Slick, but it's a SIG Sauer. It's the SIG P320, which, if I'm not mistaken, Fox Mulder used. It was his backup gun.
Oh, really?
A SIG P320 was his backup gun on it. See, I am full of useless trivia.
It's the useless trivia, though, that's the most fun.
I know. I mean, who wants stats and dates and crap that stuff happened?
No one cares about that. And they're going to forget at the moment you tell them. But you know what? They'll remember.
Uh-huh.
They'll remember that his backup gun was what?
A SIG P320.
Yep, that's right.
I'm
going to remember that for the rest of my life.
And you probably will. It's always the useless stuff that you do.
It's always the useless stuff. Maybe we're going to find out after we die that all the useless stuff that we were remembering, God's going to be like, no, that was the important stuff.
Yes, that's the stuff that you get points for in heaven or wherever you go.
Exactly.
That's what you get points for that. They're like green stamps. You get like green stamps points, and then so if you have all this trivial knowledge in your brain, he hands you the catalog in heaven and goes, here's your heavenly catalog. What do you want to buy? Oh my gosh, I want the coffee pot.
I want a SIG P320.
I want the SIG P320. And ammunition is free in heaven. That's the beauty of it. The target practice always available, always open.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Tar River Arms, and they have one of these in stock. Like I said, the SIG P320. It is it's a good looking gun, and it's about $150 less than you would find it at other places.
That's right. TRAguns.com.
They are bad to the bone. They were okay. Jen says she just tweeted they were chanting his name Phoenix. So far we've had Steven, Beat It, Phoenix. No one knows what they're chanting.
Larky F and Farkin said there's nothing useless about the X-Files.
Damn straight. Except the last couple of episodes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
Sadly, I hate that, but because of my favorite show, one of the last shows that I ever had an appointment viewing time set for.
MoJo Jedi said, OMG, any Weird Al song is a great earworm. Eat it.
Yeah, thank you.
He's not wrong.
No.
He's not wrong at all. Seriously, Weird Al, like when I was a kid, man, it was nothing but Weird Al sometimes, all day.
He's still alive.
Yeah, he is.
He's 113, but he's still alive. Which compared to this...
Amadeus.
By the way, he is dead. Falco has been dead for like 20 years.
Falco's been dead.
He's been dead for like 20 years now.
Falco was dead.
He died in a car accident in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Which is almost. Have you ever been to the Dominican?
I have not.
It is it's a beautiful place. It's it's the other side of the island from Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
So they're on the same island, but the Dominican is like the not as third world as Haiti, and you can go to Haiti, but they warn you not to. Dominican is they drive a lot like they do in Puerto Rico, except worse.
Yeah.
And it's not uncommon to see people riding little motor scooters carrying a bookcase and two other people. And I'm serious, like on a moped, the guy would be carrying a bookcase like with one arm steering, and there'll be somebody sitting on the handlebars and somebody like sitting right in front of him, and they're just
that's how it is in like places like Vietnam and like they will be I don't know how they support the weight.
I don't either.
Of all the stuff that's on there.
A lot of times they don't.
Yeah. But the other one is like they carry some amazing weight over there with just like a stick. Like they'll put the stick over their shoulder and they're carrying like huge amounts of boxes from one location to another. I'm like, don't you have like a bad back now or something?
Couldn't you get like a,
there's got to be something.
Forklift?
There's got to be something to like the diet down there. Maybe the diet or something. Because I mean, these people.
Bananas.
Is that what it is? Bananas and rice.
Yeah.
Bananas and rice is apparently like where you eat to become Superman.
Yeah.
We've just been doing it wrong all along with hamburgers and hot dogs down here.
No kidding.
Steak meals.
But they, in Dominican, it's a beautiful place, but it's a little, it's different. But I highly recommend it. Maybe the honeymoon destination. You go down there and have your little honeymoon. Sit on the beach and drink, and I always want to play the Carpenter song. We've only just begun. Annual, of course. So I was going down yesterday. Yesterday, going through stuff. I'm in the purging mode, getting rid of. I just burn it all.
He's going around killing people, thinking for 24 hours, all crime.
The purge. But I was going through like old stuff. You realize, I've been carrying these stupid photo albums around for the last 40 years. And every time you move, it's like, oh, God, what's this? What's in this box? Bricks? No, it's the photo albums. Why do we still have photo? What do you do with old photo albums? Do you have any photo albums?
I do, actually.
Okay, so, and again, this goes back to what Doc's vacation taught me. And part of what it taught me, first of all, earlier we talked about the fact that life is too short to live it in a fuss, number one, and it's too short to not do what's on your bucket list.
Right.
Number two.
Right.
Number three, don't leave behind, unless you are just trying to stick it to the fam, don't leave behind a bunch of crap that people got to go through. Because that's...
You planning on dying soon, Brad? Is that why you're purging right now?
A lot of people who aren't planning on dying die anyway. And
what makes you say that, Brad?
It happens every day. Happens every day. You never know. And you just never know what's going to happen. So my point is, you've got all these stupid photo albums but when you die, somebody's going to go, what are you going to do? These? I'll just throw them away. Because that's what's going to happen. All this stuff that you cannot don't throw the photo out. That's all my memories. And then after you take the dirt nap, man, they are just, it's a bunch of, just throw them away. So I'm going to go through, but I can't decide what to do with these photo albums. Should I digitize all the individual pictures? Here's what I was doing yesterday.
That's what I would suggest.
That is so damn time good. Who's got time for that?
The people at Wolf Camera, I guess.
I have
or whatever your photo.
You want me to pay somebody to digitize my stuff,
dude? If it was like a mountain,
right,
of pictures, I would want to keep them around because I'm always down for like keeping history. But I mean, I wouldn't want to sit there and do it myself. That takes too long.
I have the little app on my phone, scanner app.
Yeah.
So I literally took scanned just with my phone, just hovered over the page and took pictures of each page.
Yeah.
That's good enough, right?
Sure.
I mean, look, that's me.
What's amazing?
That's me in the back row right there in football. That's from 19.
Wait, which one is you?
Top row, far right, one over.
No way.
Yeah, number 96.
I didn't know you're black.
Yeah. I was born as a poor black child.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at how far you've come.
Right? I know, right?
That was a joke.
Send all of your complaints to the Brandon Morse. It looks like me, but I realized I've got a stupid scrapbook from football in 7th grade. Why am I dragging this around with me? I'm never going to pull it out and go, hey, when Brandon comes over, I go, hey, Brandon, you want to sit down and look at my 7th grade football scrapbook?
Oh, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, Brad.
Oh. I was hoping you'd never ask.
Exactly.
I was hoping you'd ask sooner.
Yeah, exactly. Why did it take you this long to do that? MoJo Jedi had something very...
Which is rare.
Wait for it.
Nina. The German version.
That's the best version. Let's face that.
Just sounds angrier.
Even like... Yeah, she's even...
Yeah, you got to get to the hook. See, there you go. By the way, if you are listening on Facebook, they just cut us off. I'd say go to the website, but it doesn't work either. Good luck with that one. It's your Daily Mojo.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Alabama's Republican governor has a decision to make. Will she sign a bill that's generating threats of lawsuits from pro-abortion activists?
The Alabama State Senate votes 25-6 in favor of a bill that would ban nearly all abortions in the state. Republican Clyde Chambliss says the measure is intended to be a direct challenge to Roe v. Wade.
What this bill is designed to do is to go to the Supreme Court.
The bill would make performing an abortion at any stage of pregnancy a felony, punishable by up to 99 years or life in prison. The only exception would be when the woman's health is at serious risk. It now goes to Governor Kay Ivey, who has not said whether she supports the measure. I'm Tim McGuire.
Secretary of State Pompeo meets with President Trump today after sitting down yesterday with Russian President Putin.
Pompeo will brief the president on his talks with Putin, during which both the U.S. and Russia expressed an interest in restoring better ties. The visit came amid high tensions over Iran, Syria, Ukraine, and Venezuela. It was the highest level face-to-face contact between the two countries since Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report was released. During his visit, Pompeo said that interference in American elections is unacceptable. Greg Clugston, Washington.
Donald Trump Jr. has agreed to meet behind closed doors with the Senate Intelligence Committee next month.
Under terms of the deal, Trump Jr. will talk to the committee for up to 4 hours. Trump Jr. was subpoenaed last week by the committee to go over answers he gave to the panel staff in a 2017 interview about the Russia investigation. The committee set a Monday deadline for Trump to respond, but the panel reached out Monday night and terms were agreed to.
That's correspondent Mike Rossiya. On Wall Street, futures pointing to a lower open this morning. Dow futures down about 175 points. NASDAQ futures off 56 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All-American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Bottom line, if you want to lose weight, go to riduzone.com. That's RIDU zone.com. RidUZone has helped countless people lose weight, and they can help you too by boosting your metabolism and making you feel a little bit fuller naturally. RidUZone.com.
Ladies, some of you sickos willingly accept that with the big doe eyes that you don't even need from a Snapchat filter and just look up at R. Kelly and say, give me your best.
The Ranciviso. United 7. MoJo 50.
Have you done it? You catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror?
I'm one of those people you don't want to see naked.
Yeah, most of us. But I mean, you look and you're going, what the?
I know.
How did I get to whatever?
Yeah.
Oh, it's horrible. Hey there, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs to tell you about a different way to shed those pounds. This is brand new tech. It's only been around for a couple of years or so. It was based on research from the University of California that said there's a molecule called OEA that's found naturally in your body. It produces it in the Mediterranean diet, that when taken in concentrated amounts, it will actually make you feel fuller and boost your metabolism.
I've lost about 10 pounds so far.
It's amazing.
It
Now,
really is cool.
A company said, we can take this to market and make this great product that'll help you. It's called RiduZone, RIDUZone.com, RIDUZone.com. It's Brad's worked. It's worked for Brad's, worked for me, countless other people. Go to RiduZone.com and try today. You're going to love it. RiduZone.com. Remember that, RIDUZone.com.
This is the MoJo 50 Institute for the Advanced Application of Freedom. Ya bitches.
The mothership has landed.
Okay, so for whatever reason, if it's a cartoon, I'm not drawn to it. That's what we're just talking about. What's it, Family Guy? I've never...
Brad has never seen...
Well, I've seen Family Guy. I've just never watched.
But you never said watched, but I'm like, you've never seen Archer.
I don't think so.
Which is an unbelievably good show.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely give that a shot.
It's a cartoon.
But have you ever watched any of the classics like Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
I've seen it. I've not sat down and watched more than one
C-Lab
episode.
2020, like
no, never heard.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Really? Wow.
Wait, what was that last one?
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. See, it sounds like it would be like it sounds like a show that would be like like something that would come on, you know, for kids on Saturday morning.
Right.
But it's not at all that. It's
and I like
it's one of those adult cartoons.
I loved South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut.
Right, which absolutely genius. South Park is pretty much like the standard. You watch South Park even if you don't like cartoons.
Right.
You know, even if you're not a Family Guy person.
But I've only seen a couple episodes of South Park.
Yeah. Really?
But and Family Guy I've never watched, and
so like if it's from Matt Stone and Trey Parker, it's going to be good.
I love them.
But then I mean Seth MacFarlane is also pretty genius. He can leave a bad taste in your mouth from time to time, but most of the time like Family Guy, American Dad, and then he did make the Orville, so you know it's and
it's amazing to watch him do the voices. Because he does them all at the same time. He doesn't do like all the dad.
Yeah.
He sits there and talks to himself. Yeah, and he does it right there. He does it in real time, and that is a talent right there.
Real fast, Just Peachy suggested one, and I have to agree with her on this one. For not Suspicious Package Friday, but Earworm Wednesday. This is an amazing song.
Everybody shut up.
It's Word Crimes from Weird Al Yankovic. And the entire... I'm just going to fast forward.
If you don't know how to conjugate, maybe you flunked that class, and maybe now you find that people mock you online. Hey. Okay, now here's the deal.
So he goes through this entire song. It's amazing. You need to listen to it, where we won't get pegged with a copyright violation.
Oh, we already did.
Oh, great. So the entire song is Weird Al Yankovic telling you how to speak English properly, speak and spell English properly.
Aha.
Yeah.
Well, that was also Blurred Lines.
Yeah,
the backbeat to Blurred Lines, which was the backbeat to Marvin Gaye's song.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Well, see, Weird Al, he gets the licensing from the parody thing, so he can
just do it.
He can do it.
Yeah.
It's when you just outright steal a thing and put your own lyrics to it.
But you know you made a hit when Weird Al Yankovic makes a parody of it.
Yes.
Because Coolio got really mad when he made Amish Paradise.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
It was an amazing parody, and like Coolio was like, "Yo, dog, you were disrespecting the hood."
I forgot about that. The Amish Paradise. All right, so it's
churn by
it is
once
time.
or twice.
I know you're trying to get by without caffeine, and so it's a little tough for you to work up the innards there to just get yourself all wound up. But what are we raging against the machine over today?
I like that.
Thank you. That was an obscure reference.
Brandon Rage. Yeah, I've never heard. Is that a band? Is it a Seth MacFarlane show?
If it's not, it should be. Like a lead singer Peter Horder. What the hell's his name, Ron? Peter Dinklage. He's the
imp.
No, the guy, the lead singer of Limp Bizkit.
Fred Durst.
Fred Durst.
Yeah, you knew Fred Durst.
Worst name for
Peter
a lead singer.
Dinklage.
I know something.
Peter Dinklage.
Whatever. He's just a little.
Oh God, I would pay money to watch Peter Dinklage remake all of the Limp Bizkit music videos. Maybe just Nookie.
There you go.
Oh, that would be the greatest thing I've ever seen. All right. What do I want to rant about? Because there is so much happening right now between the Democrats actually defending anti-Semitism within the party.
Yes.
And I don't mean just like kind of hinting at, oh, well, maybe we need to be cool about, like try to understand where they're coming. No. Straight up, like, GOP needs to apologize. Just like, what the hell?
I know. It's right there in your face.
Let's see here. What else? Yeah. So also BuzzFeed found a 14-year-old girl online. Her name is Soph. They don't like Soph.
Her name is Soph?
I'm sure that's
like
not
sophomore?
Her. I'm sure I'm pretty sure it's something like Sophia or something like that.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. But she is a 14-year-old girl who has a YouTube channel that has about 860,000 subscribers.
Right.
And she is a walking, talking episode of South Park. She's foul-mouthed. She's incredibly crude. She has that Gen Z humor. And for those of you who don't know what Gen Z humor or understand it, because many people my age and older, they don't understand Gen Z humor. But it's like basically be as shocking as possible. It's the kids trying to be shocking thing mixed with the need to rebel against the previous generation.
It's a man holding them down.
Yeah, kind of. But the thing is, like, Soph, whenever she speaks, like she sounds like someone like I would never let my kid talk like this.
You suggested that as parents they shouldn't let their 14-year-old girl have a
YouTube channel where she
says
does some of the things that, like, well, for one, yeah. But
wow, you are such a star. I'm glad you're not my dad.
Tommy's dad lets him have a YouTube channel where he cusses. I wish I was his son.
Go live with Tommy and his dad.
But the thing is that Soph, if you actually listen to what she says, a lot of the times she's incredibly correct, and she has wit and wisdom that is really only reserved for people about 3 times her age.
She is
precocious. She is unnaturally intelligent and well spoken for her age.
That's what we say about Ron.
Oh well,
most of the time
he's cute. Yeah. Leave him alone. But anyway, so she made a video called "Be Not Afraid," where she dressed up in a burqa and proceeded to.
I bet that went over well.
Oh, it didn't.
Wow.
She dressed in a burqa and proceeded to make this this video, kind of making fun of Islam. And,
wow, I bet that didn't go over well either.
And then she just trashes the mainstream media. She trashes social justice warriors. She trashes male feminists. I'm talking about she just goes right after everything that is holy to the social justice left. And it is, I mean, look, if you can get past the fact that you're watching a 14-year-old girl do all this stuff, it's a very fun video to watch.
Does it make you feel creepy? Is that what's it's?
You kind of like, you're like, should I be like agreeing with this at all? Like, you kind of get confused watching it a little bit. You're like, I feel like this is wrong, but at the same time, I can't stop watching it. And everything she's saying, I'm kind of agreeing with right now, despite the fact that it's really crudely done. Like, there's no political correctness in it whatsoever.
Oh, I would love that. I hate PC.
Oh, yeah. No, she is not remotely PC. She's Gen Z. She's not, they don't care. They do not care. And I say that too. Good. But because of the trappings of our generations, we're like, oh, man, wow. But anyway, BuzzFeed found it. BuzzFeed found the video, and one BuzzFeed writer in particular by the name of Joseph Bernstein.
Old Joseph.
He decided that he was going to take this 14-year-old girl down, boy.
And
she's done. He's going to destroy her life. He writes an article on BuzzFeed called YouTube's newest far-right foul-mouthed red-pilling star is a 14-year-old girl, wherein he just launches after her. And by the way, this is all at redstate.com right now. And by the way, while you're at redstate.com, check out an article I wrote. It's number 1 on trending at the moment, and it's just a pleasure to watch. Little detour here for just a second.
It has me in it?
Yeah, it's you dancing naked in front of the mirror.
It's a pleasure to watch. So I just figured it must have me in it.
It's you dancing naked in front of the mirror, like to Taylor Swift, like you do every night at 6:30. It's how he gets his.
So you're the thing that terrifies me outside my window every night.
That's me. Yeah, it's me.
Damn it.
But anyway, it's a video of a feminist, and she tries to steal a pro-life sign from these pro-life guys having a little demonstration out in the court of this university. Right. And she tries to take the sign, and she's going to throw it off the side of a building.
Here's your sign, and there it goes.
There it goes. And they managed to stop her, but while that was happening, there was like a police officer standing right there nearby. He saw the entire thing.
Right.
And this girl is, she's kind of got an attitude the entire time. It's like, the police officer's like, why'd you steal the sign? And like, she smiles. She's like, she taps you because see, this restricts women's rights. By the way, there's no right to abortion. I'm just throwing that out there.
Healthcare.
But anyway, like it goes back and forth for a minute, and this guy's trying to explain like you don't steal. You do not steal. I don't care like if you're a feminist and you're offended, you don't steal.
2 wrongs do not make a right.
Or in this case, though, the pro-life guys weren't doing anything wrong.
But still, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, that is
that's an axiom. You have to live by that one.
No, that's true. It is true. But yeah, she's all cocky and full of attitude until finally she tries to leave. She's like, I can't believe you're defending. She tries to leave, and the officer steps in her way. And he's like, you're not going anywhere. And all of a sudden, you just see her attitude start to fade away.
Uh-oh.
She gets scared. She starts like trying to fight back tears a little bit.
There's no crying in protesting.
Yeah.
There's no crying in karate or protesting.
And eventually, I'll just wrap it because I want to get back to this girl. But yeah, it's awesome. She eventually is, the officer places her under for arrest for larceny.
Wow.
Which is watching her just deteriorate into she starts like the tears just start coming, and she's, I gave it back to him. The officer's like, no, I made you give it back to him.
You know the difference between larceny and grand larceny?
Mm-hmm.
What?
One is grander than the other.
$20, same as downtown. Thank you.
Anyway, this so BuzzFeed, they attack this girl. They go over like her history, and you can tell this guy just doesn't get Gen Z humor at all. He's talking about how she's talking about bringing back like Hitler for the Muslims, which that sounds horrible. It sounds horrible, but this is how they joke around.
Bringing back Hitler for the Muslims. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so if he was just...
this is them being shocking. She doesn't really mean that,
See, of course, I try to analyze and dissect the joke, for lack of a better word. It doesn't really work because, you see, Hitler didn't... it was the Jews.
But he's... Yeah. But I can understand how people are like, oh, my God! But you got to understand, like, this is funny to them. Like, not the Hitler for the Jews thing. Your reaction is funny to them. And so, yeah. Not only that, went after her parents. He brought up her parents. Why are they letting her do this? People have tried to contact them, and that's when she became angry. Trying to like make it sound like, well, her parents don't know what she's doing. There's 100% her parents know exactly what she's doing. They know. She's mad. She's mad because you're coming after her family.
Or
you're trying to stick them up on them.
Are you sure that they know what she's doing?
Oh yeah, there's no positive. Her brother is in on it and everything. Okay. Like they know. They know.
All right.
But then Bernstein starts to go after YouTube.
Okay.
And it really kind of pointed something out to me. This company, many companies, what happens is whenever they find someone with a platform that that they don't like Soph, or let's say Paul Joseph Watson, Alex Jones, Laura Loomer. Lawrence Southern,
right?
Sargon of Akkad, all of these people. If they don't like what you're saying, what they'll do is not only will they try to sick the mob after you, and if that doesn't work, they'll try to go after the corporation that is platforming you, and they'll try to deplatform you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So what we have here is a perfect example of the hard leftist media not really caring what the target is. It's a 14-year-old girl, right? At the end of the day, I don't care what her opinions are. It's a 14-year-old girl. At Red State during the Parkland thing, whenever the March for Our Lives kids were doing all of their nonsense,
right?
We had standing orders, and it was orders that I agreed with, that we do not attack these kids. They're underage. We can critique some of the things they say,
right?
But we cannot attack these kids.
Verbally attacking, physically attacking.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
All right.
physically attacking thing.
Well, and it's attack is a. You have to define the word attack, but it's
like I'm not going to go through their history. I'm not going to go through like who their family members are. I'm not going to try to find out everything and like their addresses, expose them,
That would be
dox them.
doxing.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
So
Like
you can't dox them, but attacking brings up attacking is like the boy. He's stupid. He's ugly. I mean, but pointing out facts aside from
no, that's not attacking.
Right,
them.
that's
That's
what
not
I'm saying,
attacking
is that
them.
you
Like
can't-
like critiquing and like what their policy issues or debating claims that they make, pointing out that they're wrong. That's not attacking them.
Right.
You know, despite what the left might say, this is not an attack on them personally. What Bernstein did to this 14-year-old girl was a personal attack. Not only that, he tried to like loop in the family.
Yeah, you start exposing family. That's a problem.
That is, yeah.
Even though again we're blurring lines because she is 14. She's not 18, but she's put herself in the public eye. But she doesn't have the right to put herself in the public eye. Ooh, see that?
Well, I mean, it comes down to moral decency, though. I mean,
yeah. See, we could all just be nice to each other.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, it's a kid. All right.
Yes.
All right. I 100% agreed that we don't attack the Parkland kids when they were doing their thing.
Right.
The left doesn't seem to want to play by these rules, though. They can attack kids for whatever they want to. I mean, look at the way they treated the Covington Catholic kids.
Who I hope that kid gets
Nick Sandman,
$1 zillion.
Oh yeah, no, for every
I
absolutely,
hope
and
he-
he deserves it. He deserves it too because they didn't just go after him.
Yeah.
They went after his school, his family,
Well,
his
and-
friends.
and
They dug through his past.
And they said things that weren't. I mean, they tried to attribute to him things that were simply untrue.
Oh, 100%.
So that's an attack.
And then
to
let's not forget that while that was all going down in the heat of the moment, you had like Disney producers talking about tossing them into wood chipper's hat
Yes.
first.
Well, come on, that's funny. I mean, you talking about child tossing kids into wood. You don't see the
Who
humor
doesn't
in that?
think that's
Oh my
hilarious?
god, that's just. Woo! I mean,
Yeah.
when I need a good laugh, kids in wood chippers does it for me every time.
Oh, for sure.
Forget Monty Python.
Forget clever humor.
And don't put the kids in feet or head first. You want to put them in feet first because that way they see it happening.
Blazing Saddles would have been much funnier if they had just tossed people into a wood chipper.
Yeah, feet first.
Yeah, oh, hilarious.
Woo!
But this is the reason that I'm angry about this, or was angry about this, was BuzzFeed is attacking a 14-year-old girl. Remember what happens whenever the mob is sicked on somebody.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yes, yeah.
And remember what happens. Antifa did it to Tucker Carlson. Antifa does it all the time to the citizens of Portland. You know,
Yep.
If Andy Ngo, the reporter, you know, they assault him every time that he comes out, and police sit back and do nothing. But they come after you. The mob comes after you. Remember Candace Owens? They came after Candace Owens, and they surround you. They put you in danger. You know, they do stuff that is just horrible.
Yes, they do. You're absolutely
They're
right.
doing that to a 14-year-old girl because they didn't like some of the things that she said.
Yeah, that's.
If you want to debate her policies, if you want to debate, her stances on things, then perfectly fine, do that. I think everyone should be debated. I think everyone should be challenged.
Yeah.
But this isn't challenging or debating. This is trying to essentially rile up the anger of a mob and sending them after people. You know,
It's effective.
No, it's very effective at getting people to shut up, but it's becoming less and less effective as time goes on. Now, I think it's just pissing more and more people off, and they're now standing up and speaking out more and more, which is great. I'm glad that that's happening. I think it's going to reach a boiling point at some time, but I don't know. But the other thing is that BuzzFeed went after YouTube. YouTube, there's like, well, you're supporting this. You're the one who's allowing this to happen,
right?
So they're not only just trying to get her personally in danger, they're trying to they're trying to silence her. They're trying to make her a ghost. They're trying to create an echo
I'm
chamber.
actually surprised that YouTube hasn't gone after her on their own anyway. Because
well, the one things that they have done is because technically the channel is co-owned with her big brother, from what I understand.
Right.
But
I think
the one thing that they did do is they disabled comments on all of her videos, which I'm not going to say that they're doing that so that people can't communicate with one another. No, I mean I think that's a YouTube policy at a certain age or below. Like you have to have comments disabled.
Well, I don't think I don't think you can have a channel if you're not 18, can you?
Yeah, you can have a channel if you're. Yeah.
Well, that's crazy talk right there.
Yeah, you can have a channel. I think some of the things that you have are restricted. Like for instance, the comments section.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise you can't. But I mean, this girl has developed a huge following on YouTube, and it's because she kind of, I mean, despite the fact that she is crude, she's accurate, and that's what I think really makes them mad.
Truth hurts,
because it's one thing to be able to dismiss somebody who's like, yeah, I'm wearing a burqa and look, I'm in this,
Right.
Yeah, people can be like, dude, this guy's crazy.
Nothing says comedy like a burqa and a clown nose.
Actually, Brad, I think you might have stumbled on something.
Technically, you wouldn't
here.
be able to see the clown nose, but it would be like
you might have stumbled on something.
It would be a bulbous thing up underneath the burqa.
It's not a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
It would look like a tumor, however, underneath the burqa if you had the clown nose on.
Right.
I just can't recommend that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I.
There you go. You feel
But yeah, no,
you feel
it's
purged? Not in a run sort of way, but
that's how many
different.
people died during the course of this?
Uh-huh.
No, but it's just that's one thing that we know for a fact is that it doesn't matter how old you are. If you say things that are completely true, and you actually have people who listen to you, doesn't matter who you are, what you do, what you are, they're going to come after you. Whether you're a little girl or you're black, Hispanic, a woman, lesbian, transgender, whatever. If you say things that are outside of the left's approved, what's the word I'm looking for?
Vernacular, their list of words, their cause,
their idiom,
celebre.
They're called celebre, yeah, there you go. Then they'll try to destroy you. They'll come after you and try to destroy you. And that's sad. That's sad that it doesn't matter because they're the people who are supposed to protect all these people. They're the party of women. They're the party of minorities. They're the LGBT party. But no, watch what happens. Watch what happens if you step off the reservation, off the plantation.
Eat their own. Well, they step off the reservation. That's cultural appropriation right there.
Oh gosh, dang it! I'm so sorry, guys.
It should be.
You
need to cut some of that verbal fat from your diet.
Mm-hmm.
You need to cut that word fat out.
Yeah, word fat.
Word fat. That's it. If you're dealing with word fat, if you're dealing with fat, go to riduzone.com. By the way, if you go to riduzone.com/mojo, it will, much like our website right now, will pull up a blank screen. Just so you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just go to riduzone.com, it works like a charm. And you can find out about Riduzone, the supplement that can help you feel fuller faster and can actually speed up your metabolism. If it's that, you know what, maybe you don't need to lose weight, you need to whoop up your metabolism there. I know you're cutting down on the coffee and all that, and it's although if I had to cut down on caffeine, it's like, just shoot me.
Mm-hmm.
I can, if you're like mowing your lawn this week, if you want me to drive by, just put a couple in the back of your head,
just like that.
Yeah, you'll never, you want to see it coming. Thump, thump. That's all you'll hear. You'll hear thump, and then and then poof.
What happens to you afterward, though?
Can I have some? No, I don't want your stuff. Never mind. No, this plan's not going to work. I'm trying to get rid of my stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what's in it for you.
Get somebody else do your dirty work. Go to riduzone.com, though, if you're trying to lose weight.
I almost had it.
See, I stopped and thought about it for a minute.
I almost had all of my problems gone.
Nope. Just for a second there. If you use promo code MoJo, a unicorn will appear in front of you, and you'll probably get some money off on a 3-bottle promotion. But go to Riduzone when you're ready to lose weight. You're tired of the pain that you feel when you bend over to tie your shoes. Because that does suck. Riduzone.com. Free-range prisoner over on the Twitter. The Brandon Morse, my son, purchased a Blu-ray copy of Blazing Saddles for me a few years ago. I was surprised while watching it when every reference to the end. What? Whoa. Time out. I'm just now reading the whole thing here. Listen to this. My son purchased a Blu-ray copy of Blazing Saddles for me a few years ago. I was surprised while watching it when every reference to the N-word was edited out, along with most of the racial What?
What?
Okay,
they edited out the N-word?
First of all, most people miss the point in that, or the ones that don't find Blazing Saddles funny. It is the biggest slam on white people
you know
ever made.
No. We only have 30 seconds left, but when we come back, I'm going to talk about this. This is ridiculous.
Now I'm...
This is ridiculous. What the hell is happening to comedy? And satire? This is ridiculous.
We still have Amy Schumer.
No,
She's
we
comedy.
have her.
She's
oh,
comedy.
Thank God.
You're right. Now after that, you're right. This is going to take some time to process.
Yeah, when we come back.
This is...
When we come back, this is getting tackled.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, freedom. MoJo 50.
No topic was more near and dear to our late friend Doc Thompson than fixing the VA. It's a topic that has a very personal feel for me and multi-millions of Americans who use the service or have had family or friends who are involved with the Veteran Affairs health care. So, it appeared there was a champion of the effort to fix the VA in the White House when Donald Trump was elected. He talked the talk on the campaign trail and attempted to walk the walk early on. But how have things gone 2 years in? It appears Trump has broken one of his biggest promises, sadly, and our biggest obligation as a country to take care of our veterans. According to the Washington Examiner, over 200,000 applications for benefits and disability were purged from the application process recently. Why in the hell would the Trump administration do that? The details will downright piss you off. The Washington Examiner piece points out that all of this occurred thanks to an administrative error within the VA's application process. That error, a bug in the system that erroneously made applicants subject to means testing. But it isn't that bug that's on the official record. Instead, the VA shamefully is classifying all of these denials as, quote, due to applicant error. That means all of these vets will have to take their cases to court and pay court costs out of any benefits they should be awarded. Plain and simple, that ain't right. To further kick those vets in the pants, the government magically found it in their heart to pass 70,000 applicants with this error through the process, right before an undersecretary confirmation hearing. It was good for the politics, but not for the people that actually need the care. Seriously, shame on all of you administrators in the VA, and shame on you, Donald Trump. You had the power to stop this and did nothing. Unbelievable. I'm Andrew Coppins, and this has been By the Numbers. You can follow me on all the socials at The Coppins Show.
By the Numbers with Andrew Coppins is powered by TarRiverArms.com. They've revolutionized online firearm sales with high-resolution pictures, 3D imaging, and the best prices. How much will you save? Find out at TarRiverArms.com. That's TarRiverArms.com.
The Daily Mojo.
Okay, somebody for Earworm Wednesday tweeted this one out, and it's called Rucka Rucka All.
Rucka Rucka?
Rucka.
Under my Corvette, and as I drive, I crack open a beer and chug it down. I can't see the road tonight. We drive drunk.
Wow, that will stick right there in your head.
That's really good.
I do like a good parody.
I do too.
I like a good parody, and I like good comedy.
Yeah, so you know why? I was just thinking about this before the break started. This is why Gen Z's humor is like it is.
Yes, because it's been so comedy and PC.
Like they've eliminated comedy, they've eliminated it's all political correctness. Everything has to go through this like approval filter first. And there is no such thing as laughter anymore. Everything has to be clapter, as Ben Shapiro would put it.
Clapter.
It's where it's like I'm going to pretend this is funny, but really I'm just agreeing with a political statement that was spoken in a humorous way. And that's pretty much what describes. Like look at any. Very rarely on any late night show do I genuinely laugh anymore.
Oh, we played the, was it yesterday or Monday? We played a piece of the Saturday Night Live cold open that was supposed to be Mitch McConnell, Susan Collins, and Lindsey Graham sitting around the table on Meet the Press. First of all, they were absolutely horrible impressions.
Yeah.
And secondly, there were two funny lines, and one of them was the guy doing Mitch McConnell saying, makes me stress. But he kept talking too fast, so it wasn't funny because Mitch McConnell, if you're going to be a turtle,
he's a turtle.
You got to say, oh, that makes me want to stress eat. And he pulls out a big leaf of lettuce and starts chewing on the lettuce because he's a turtle. But the rest of it was just stupid.
Yeah.
And it wasn't funny. It was just, the typical Trump attack stuff, which whatever.
Yeah, look, we're attacking Republicans.
I'll laugh at a good Trump joke in a heartbeat.
For sure.
But it's just they have to be funny to be laughed
that's
at.
the problem, is they're not funny. And like the free range prisoner, this is what set us off for those of you who missed it. He said, my son purchased a Blu-ray copy of Blazing Saddles for me a few years ago. I was surprised while watching it when every reference to the N-word was edited out, along with most of the racial jokes. So the whole point of Blazing Saddles was to make fun of racists.
Yes.
That was the whole point.
Say, boys, look what I got here.
Yeah.
Wait
a minute, man. When I first saw that, scene, I'm not even kidding. I laughed for like 5 minutes straight. I had to pause the movie because I was laughing so damn hard at that one scene.
Cleavon Little was hysterical.
It was so perfectly executed.
Yes.
And where do white women at? That was freaking brilliant.
Yeah, I keep scrubbing and scrubbing. I can't get this on the back of my hands. It's just, it was beautiful.
Look, it's not coming off.
Right. You can't blame it.
So yeah, this whole like fear of any kind of social justice line crossing is ruining society. And this is why Gen Z's humor is like it is. This is why they say things that are really horrible. They're actually, in truth, very horrible to hear. But they think it's funny. Not that joke. Your reaction. Because nowadays, we're not supposed to react with joy or laughter to anything. Everything is outrage. I think that's really all they go for now. It's just outrage. Because outraging people who are easily outraged is fun.
You know why Hitler couldn't drink tequila, right?
Why?
He was a mean drunk. See? But you tell that to some people who are sensitive and you can't tell Hitler.
You're not supposed to like Hitler.
You cannot edit Blazing Saddles. It is no longer Blazing Saddles.
And here's this is Blazing Saddles is one of the best examples I can think of using satire and humor to take down societal ills.
Yes.
All right.
You put a big old spotlight on them. And
exactly.
You laugh at them.
That's the whole point of humor, is to weaken the bad things. You know, that's the whole point. So like the whole, you're dropping the N-word why? The N-word was integral to that movie.
Yes. It was part of what made the sheriff with the new, I think he said the new sheriff is near.
Yeah.
Oh, Dad, bloody dag, never.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
yours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when she comes back, the old lady comes, she brings him the pie, and here, I just want you to, sorry about the up yours N-word. You'll have the good sense not to mention this to anyone, because they still want to be associated with him. But,
yeah, it's hysterical.
But he saves the day.
But like the entire movie is really wrapped up into one explanation. It was after he was trying his hardest, the sheriff. He was trying his absolute hardest to get people to like him, and it just fails miserably. And he's sitting there, like kind of sullen in the sheriff's office, and Gene Wilder is talking to him, and he's like, "You have to understand that these are people of the land, country folk. You know, idiots."
Yes,
like that is the movie right there, and the fact that they are trying to taking away the N-word and like any racial references or anything like that in that movie is not only ruining the message that the movie imparts, but it's taking away the stakes for the sheriff. Because that was the entire is overcoming racism in order to save the day. That was the entire point of the movie.
They realized that he
yeah, exactly.
I cannot believe that they sold a version. Although I guess if they put on the packaging, this is an edited version, and by the way, it won't be as funny. Because the movie's just not as funny.
It's not as funny
without the language. It is not. That's why I would never watch it when it aired on networks.
Oh yeah, because it's just like not the same.
First of all, why? And so people who, when you mention Blazing, I saw it on TV. It wasn't that funny. It's like, oh, well, then you must have seen it on TV because It's funny unless you see it on a network.
Yeah, pretty much that goes for any Mel Brooks movie, though.
Well, Mel Brooks did not write Blazing Saddles.
Oh, he didn't?
No, he did not write it. I think he got partial writing credit. He had just done the producers. It was actually Richard Pryor and who else wrote Blazing Saddles? Anyway, Richard Pryor was supposed to play the sheriff,
right?
And then they couldn't get an insurance bond. There were some disputes. Mel Brooks was actually, the way he tells it, he was walking down the street picking up pennies in the gutter, and one of the studio execs came along and said, "Would you direct this movie?" And he said, "Well, I usually don't direct anything that I don't write." But he looked at it and he decided, I guess, made
and then Comedy
tweaks.
Gold was made.
Yes, and it was just genius.
Yeah, Saddle I think Tramp nailed it on the head. He said Blazing Saddles is quite possibly as close to the perfect comedy as one can get, and he's not wrong at all.
It's the only movie I watch, and every time I watch it, I laugh. It
never gets old.
No,
it's the same thing with Monty Python and the Quest for the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Yep. Like there's perfect comedy in making fun of real life situations. Introducing real life into a comedy is how you expose the negative parts of society and begin to eliminate it. Because nothing hurts. Look, what's that one phrase? The one thing that the devil cannot stand is mockery.
I've said that. I've never heard that, but
it's a C.S. Lewis quote that he took from another guy.
Oh,
but one thing the devil cannot stand is to be mocked, and the reason for that is because
no sense of humor.
Yeah, comedy is a disinfectant. If you are, I
was gonna say maybe that's handicapped Jeff's problem. He needs a good disinfectant.
Oh, he's gonna cut your mic again. Here he comes.
No, that was funny,
goofed, Brad.
That was funny,
Brad.
is what that was. He appreciates good humor.
Oh yeah, he did cut it off. See, you lost your microphone privileges again, Brad.
It's all right. It's all you from here.
No, but yeah, this is, to me at least, it's just incredibly sad. I'm so sick and tired of what is supposed to be considered comedy nowadays with your Amy Schumer and your pukes. Yeah, that describes the comedy right there of today. But it's all like my vagina. It's talking about women's issues in accordance to how men treat them. It's all about making fun of Republicans and everyone's a Nazi and I hate these people. I was so excited to sit down and watch Kim Jong's comedy special.
Yeah,
his comedy special was funny for the first 10 minutes, and then after that, it was crap. It was complete crap.
Trump jokes,
a few.
Yeah. But again, I'll listen to a good Trump joke. It's all about
if they're good,
if they're funny.
If they're funny, and if they, exactly. Steven Crowder, he actually did an entire video where he just sat down and watched an Amy Schumer comedy.
Steven
Crowder.
Who's he?
You probably never heard of him. He sat down. He watched an entire Amy Schumer comedy special with not gay Jared. When he was still with Steven Crowder, and
did they break up?
They did break up.
Oh, that's sad.
I don't know why. I
thought they were getting married. I thought that's how big
they were. Such a lovely couple.
They really were.
They really were. But it just sucks because they were sitting there watching the special, and they had a timer going.
All right.
They were like, let's see it. How long we can go until we get the first social justice, maybe a vagina joke. Just something that's not funny,
right?
But something that everyone has to laugh and clap along with. And I think they were literally 10 seconds in when it was done. And then it was constant too. It never stopped. This is what's considered comedy nowadays. It's not the exposure of truth.
Right, yeah.
It's just the approval of a political statement.
At the heart of all great comedy, there is a kernel of truth. And without that, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
A guy was thrown off a Southwest flight for making a joke about vodka.
What?
A man thrown off Southwest Airlines for a joke about vodka, which was allegedly directed at a surly crew cabin member, as first reported by Fox station in wherever. The unnamed man was escorted off the Wednesday flight from Sacramento to Austin, Texas, for making a joke after a long delay that made the cabin and crew annoyed and restless. Peter Uzalek and his wife were sitting on either side of the unnamed passenger while the crew attended to a blinking light in the cockpit. We returned to the gate to wait for maintenance and to refuel, and then waited for clearance from air traffic control, and all we were delayed for 3 to 4 hours. This guy tells Yahoo. When a flight attendant distributed water, Uzalek says the man seated next to him joked, "Wow, I hope that's vodka because we've been sitting here for so long."
That was the joke.
That's a joke. The attendant replied
that they stopped every. Wow.
According to this witness, the attendant replied brusquely, "Yeah, it's vodka." And when she moved to another row, the man joked, "Hey, this isn't vodka." The employee allegedly returned to Uzalek's row to confront the passenger, but Uzalek's wife spoke up. She said something like, "We're all tired here, and that's just no way to speak to a passenger." They argued about it. I tried filming, but my phone wasn't working, and there was no film in it. The flight attendant allegedly walked to the front of the plane, made a phone call. Suddenly, the plane taxied back to the terminal, parked. They got the Sacramento County Sheriff's Department. They walked on board. They picked the guy up, took him out.
Unreal. Unfreaking real.
Yeah.
That means what?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know what is happening.
What's okay?
What's next? I mean, cats living with dogs. It's just this
no,
is crazy.
You can't because Ghostbusters. That's politically incorrect now. Okay, because first off, they made fun of a man for having no dick. Okay, then
yes, it's true.
Then
they.
That's trans.
That's
making fun of transgender
right,
people.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we can't have that nowadays.
It's true.
Then they promoted the private sector while denouncing big government.
Yes.
Ghostbusters is a dangerous movie, guys.
See?
That's why they tried to remake it in 2016. And it failed miserably.
It wasn't funny then either. It's the thought police, and that's why Gen Z, whether or not they're annoying, I don't know. I don't know. I know. I don't class when I see a person. I don't put them into a category automatically, unless they're like some different color, and then I pigeonhole. But aside from that, I can't think of anybody I know that is a Gen Z. I'm sure I do, but Doc would always say that they're the last best hope that.
And I agree.
They're going to bust through the PC ceiling and shatter this whole thing, because what is next? I mean, seriously, when you start editing Blazing Saddles?
Yeah, it's too far. Too far. That's how far we've fallen as a society. And I feel like we're going to look back at this time in the same way that we look back now at like the,
Yes.
Yeah,
I hate
that
looking
time.
back on
why,
those.
Why
too.
is it that whenever I try to...
Right?
This is what happens when I don't have coffee, Brad.
See?
When we banned all the alcohol.
Prohibition.
The prohibition. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna look back at this like we look back at prohibitions. Like,
yes.
why did we even start doing that? Was ridiculous of us to do.
Yeah.
Well, we're not children. We can drink whatever we want to. Now it's gonna be like we're not children. We can make jokes about whatever we want to.
It is the papers. You have your papers. You must show your papers.
Do you have a comedy pass? Can you make jokes?
Let me see what you're going to say. I will tell you if it's going to be funny or not.
Write it down on this piece of paper, please.
If I laugh, you can say it. If not, you are going to jail.
Okay, I see here that you are about to say vagina 5 times in a row. That is very funny.
Sadly, that's
pretty much how it
sounds.
is today. But you said Doc said that Gen Z is our last best hope. I see some of the jokes that they make, and my senses get offended sometimes. I'm just like, wow, guys, really? That's just not funny. That's just edgy. But in a way,
I don't get offended. I just don't laugh.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't like I'm not offended. I'm just like it's more like
I'm offended that you're not offended. Quite frankly,
I'm offended that you're offended, and I'm offended that you're offended.
See,
I'm more offended than you are. That's what's up.
I'm offended to infinity.
But in a way, I'm kind of glad that they are in a way taking it this far, because I feel like this.
It's the only way to
It's almost like a shock to the system. You know, and as horrible as it is to hear some of this stuff, I'm sometimes just like, man, if we've come this far where we're editing Blazing Saddles, okay, where we're taking comedy, like even just minor jokes, like the guy on the plane, and it's too far, like we're not allowed to joke anymore. I mean, then maybe a shock to the system is what we need, and this is society correcting itself to Gen Z.
I mean, seriously, can you not? When a stewardess walks by an airplane, you can't say, "Hey, toot," slap her on the butt, and say, "I need a drink."
Right?
What? When did that go by the wayside?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
see, society is falling, Brad.
How else are you going to get her attention?
They say that like they wear name tags that you can, but like really?
Hey there, Toots, right there on the butt, and it's just.
It used to be a gentlemanly thing to do because that would be like, hey, I find you attractive.
Right.
I would like for you in particular to serve me, because I like you. So I'm going to slap you on the butt. Okay, I'm gonna call you a sweet little name.
Right.
Like
I mean,
Toots,
you don't slap somebody on the butt
Muffin.
you don't like.
Exactly. I don't slap. Yeah, exactly. Do you see me slapping the butts of women who I find unattractive?
No.
And
that's who got pissed off about guys slapping the butts of women. It was the unattractive ones who weren't getting their butts slapped.
That got mad and they were like, this is horrible for women. And then you know what, ladies, I'm sorry. We can't slap your butts anymore.
You want to go camping this weekend?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know the difference between a peanut butter and jelly? Never mind. See, everybody who knows that joke just got it. Or did
DeGare Bear said, we're close to a comedy pass, like the joke we just made earlier. Remember the sermons that had to be submitted for review. That's a good point.
Yes.
That's a really good point. For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, pastors were having to submit their sermons before they could give them in order for them to be approved.
And that's what they wanted to do in Houston.
Yeah.
I don't know. That didn't end up passing, did it?
I don't think it did.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's insane. It's like, you can't preach the word of God because it might run contrary to what we as the state. What happened to the separation of church and state?
It only happens when it's convenient.
Exactly. MoJo Riverfish. Hey, we have a MoJo Riverfish. Who has a Twitter account?
We have several of them.
Really?
Yes.
That with Twitter accounts? I know we have the Bears.
We have the MoJo River itself.
The Bears.
We have, the Bears. I'm sure we have the fish, too. I mean, why wouldn't you? By the way, speaking of camping.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not sleeping enough, you might want to try camping because they say that actually it can reset your internal clock. That if you're trying to make some lifestyle changes, whatever lifestyle change you're making, hey, it's up to you. No judgment. But if you're trying to get help, maybe getting more sleep, they say you should try to go camping.
Really?
It's more than a third of Americans adults get fewer than the 7 hours of sleep at night. Recommended by health professionals. That accumulation of sleep deprivation has been linked to everything from depression to diabetes. And that's what the Doc Thompson Healthy Lifestyle Challenge is all about.
Yeah, boy.
The irony there is, of course, when you take the dirt nap, you get as much sleep as you possibly can, which is a lot.
Yeah.
But while you're not taking the dirt nap, the thing about it is you do need to get sleep. You need to eat right. There's a lot of things you need to do that you just don't do.
Things you got to do that you just don't do.
Right. I mean, well, it's true. And it's why
it's true that you just don't do what you got to do.
It's why my neck gets all, It's a lot of stuff. And there's some stuff you can't control, but the things you can, you should try. And that's what the Doc Thompson Healthy Lifestyle Challenge with The Rich Solution is all about. Gwen is just, she wants to help you on your path. She's like the Boy Scout at the crossing.
She is the Sherpa on the mountain.
Yes. Sherpa Gwen.
The Sherpa Gwen.
And, she's had her little brushes with death.
Yeah.
And she's still here. She's still kicking. And while she's here, she's trying to help.
She stared death in the face.
Yeah, she did.
And told it no.
She said, aha!
Not today, sir!
Get thee behind me, death.
That's right.
That's what she said to it.
She said to it. And you know what? It obeyed.
Yes.
It said, I don't want none of this.
Because you don't mess with Gwen.
That's right.
You do not mess with Gwen.
You do not mess with Gwen.
No. Adam should have learned that by now. Go to therichsolution.com and you will find not only you can find her book, you can find her purses. I mean, not her purse. You're not going to be able to buy her purse and go through it. We do that when she's here. If she sat there, look in there. You have one of those?
Yeah, she did have one of those.
I know, it was kind of funny.
It was a little funny.
I mean, nobody cares one of those. But you also find the healthy lifestyle, the supplements. There's all kinds. You might even find a unicorn. She's got her show on Spoonie every day. She might. Are you 100% sure that you won't find a unicorn?
Yes.
Thank you. There's a chance.
Yes, I am 100% certain that I will not find a unicorn.
Yeah,
I will bet you money.
I don't have any money.
Oh.
I work here.
No, me too.
Yeah. See, we can bet a Laurel and Hardy handshake.
A Laurel and Hardy handshake. I like
I'd
that.
like to present you with a Laurel and a Hardy handshake. Go to the go to therichsolution.com. The Gucci saddle emblem. Somebody go back to town and get a shitload of dimes.
Oh, CTG Fanatics LLC said Brad's favorite part of Blazing Saddle is, pardon me while I whip this out. Ah!
Excuse me while I whip this out.
And Cougar Jackal Diva said Brad Staggs, Brandon Morse and Brad Staggs, can slap my ass anytime.
Who said
Just
that?
saying. Cougar Jackal Diva.
That's because I slapped it while she was here.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh.
Were you not?
That's very polite of you.
You weren't here that night.
That's very polite of you.
Yeah, Ron slapped it.
Everyone slapped
hell,
it.
even handicapped Jeff was out there slapping it. I mean, she was begging for everybody to slap that.
She had a line going on.
Slap that ass.
Want to back that ass up, Tech Russo. We're going to have a visit from HR.
Ron, this is not going out of the air, is it? I mean, we're not.
Are we still offline?
We're still
Because that would
offline.
be
Yeah, the
amazing.
website's. I mean, every time I go to the web, it's not there. I figure we're just not on the air, so it doesn't matter.
Tech Russo said because nothing resets your internal clock like being kept awake all night in the woods while bears play soccer with your catcoolers.com.
See? It works every time.
Yep.
It really does.
Every time.
You want to
let's wrap this up.
Wrap this thing up.
What do you mean it's let's go?
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The end of Doc Thompson's Daily Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned that Tuma, it's what's for dinner. I can't say it as well as he does.
It's not a Tuma.
That was like weirdly stereo with you and him.
Wow.
That was nice.
No, thank you.
We learned that Pornhub isn't just for porn anymore.
You're taking all of my stuff.
See? And we learned again today that the website's security certificate has expired, Ron. So you might want to work on that. I don't know what he does all day, but I'd love to be back on the air tomorrow so people can actually hear all this fantastic content that they're not hearing today, obviously. So we can say anything we want, especially about that one guy. What, if anything, did you learn?
I learned that Pornhub plants trees. Pornhub provides joy, and Pornhub helps elect politicians who might not otherwise have a larger platform. Pornhub is a positive.
Whoa, did you say a larger platform?
That's right.
See, that was the line of the day right there.
I just did that.
That was nice. That was a great line. I'm surprised.
Thank you very much. It's very nice of you, Brad, to say that.
It's not offensive if it's true.
I also learned that the leftist mainstream media is afraid, very afraid.
They should be.
Of a 14-year-old girl.
Right.
I love it.
Truth shall set you free.
Shall set you free.
That was my Sean Connery impression.
The truth shall set you free.
That's not so nice. This is nice.
Yeah.
Pushy.
Oh, sorry.
You are
vagina.
done.
I meant to say vagina. I don't know if the P word is actually
You're talking about a cat, it's fine.
Is it though, Brad? Because I feel like maybe I don't know. But here's what I do know.
Today's show, 13 missed innuendo bells.
Jeez, oh, God in heaven.
21 actual bells. 0 horns. 0 AOCs. 0 creepy Joes. And 3 rim shots.
All right.
But he didn't do the rim shot.
Yeah, we had to fill in the blank there.
Seriously?
Leprechaun falling down on the job.
He's got every other sound effect, but not the rim shot. What the hell?
Oh, my God.
What a slacker. Does he ever do a day of work in his life? Doesn't have a rim shot.
Oh, man.
Please.
Brad Staggs' flannel jacket said, this is what he learned. Cutting off Brad Staggs' mic and leaving Brandon Morse talking is crueler than listening to Amy Schumer puke.
Is it?
Is it, though?
Is it?
Let's see. Kool-Aid with a C said YMCA. You're welcome, jackholes.
YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Thank you.
Yeah,
What's your name? Where are you from?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's week's almost up, so we've been here all week.
Try the veal. Kirk's Tasty Jillhold said, may the first Digging Up Doc segment ever reflect his response to Brandon saying, that snake is cute. And include a request to some Brad Staggs spider memes.
Spiders, they don't scare me.
Let's see here.
Eight-legged freak.
Snarkazard, the jackhole Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
This is good. I'd be a feudalist.
Yeah.
But why bother?
See, I see what he did there. Because
That's clever, dude.
It is clever.
That was clever.
But see, feudling is not about it. Feudling is about playing the instrument.
Yeah.
The primitive feudal. And you've never played the primitive feudal?
As Brad used to play back when he was young.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd leave the cave front door. And you know what a pain in the ass it was to roll the rock back in front of your front door?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had to do that. I mean, that was your security. You didn't have a door. You just roll the rock back in front of it.
Yeah, no, man, back in that was before locks.
We could not all afford to have those little barking dinosaur dogs that they had on the Flintstones, which was a tiger.
But at least everyone could afford at that point in time the garbage disposal.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
And
by the way, what happened to the... Was there an animal for the restroom? Did they ever cover that?
Ouch. That's a good question.
Because I feel like that should be...
It was a nasty old German Shepherd.
It's a living!
Wow, yeah.
Jackal Angry Beaver said, there is ass slapping at MoJo Con by real Brad Staggs. I am so there.
You should have been.
Dude, Jackal Angry Beaver, yeah, man. So Brad will actually provide an ass slapping to anybody who asks.
Well, I mean, it's not free. They have to
Yeah,
pay.
it is. He slapped my ass this morning.
That's how that's how Ron stays regular.
Slap that ass.
Say that again.
Slap that ass. That's what I do every day. Yeah, by the way,
you need to speak jive.
We will. It's okay, stewardess. I speak jive. We'll get to the new numbers on procrastination when Doc Thompson returns from his Florida vacation. In the meantime, your Daily Mojo is a Ron Phillips production. Sort of. Whenever you go, whatever you do, live by the 5 rules. You got a shot at being right, being happy, and get that ass slapped. Good night, Doc Thompson.
Wherever you are.